make donut work. I should get the controller.
Probably.
And disconnect the drawing tablet. Crickets. Really?
Let's go get them. Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Do that, so that way I can see the chat.
I'll just go get the walkthrough.
Everyone, Light Melody is now on live on Twitch. Shut the fuck up.
But we need it!
Ah, hallelujah.
So where did we leave off after the popcorn incident?
Let me think. If I remember correctly, it was, I think we got halfway through, the water park.
Alright.
Like, we were about to start the, Triple S.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, right, we were introduced to these two.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Good afternoon, Yukimura. It's quite the coincidence seeing you here. You goddamn snake! Well, we're starting off good with this one.
Oh god, already! It has started! It's only been 3 minutes. It's been 3 minutes.
Yes, indeed.
I have it in front of me!
So do I, but I had to tap to see the timer on mine.
I was shocked, speechless. Sanan-sensei and Hijikata-sensei?
Who else would we be?
Seeing that irritated face, there was no mistaking that it was Hijikata-sensei, here in the flesh.
I mean, those pectorals are pretty questionable, but...
What? Huh?
His pectorals are questionable because it seems like, well, all the other topless men in this scene look exactly like that, with varying shades.
Alright. Even setting aside Harada-sensei, Nagakura-sensei, the fact that these other two were also here, something was definitely up. Fuck you, Okuta.
It appears that the other students have also come. We seem to have quite the lively day ahead of us. Hmm? You goddamn snake!
You know what I just realized?
What?
Doing all of these routes, right? It's
Yeah.
it's like the stage play.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah. Every time you come by, you're either on one route or you're on another one. And something different happens.
I got distracted with the notification.
Oh.
Don't you think so as well, Hijikata-sensei? No, I don't. I don't even want to talk about it. Oh, my. There's not much use in complaining considering you're already here, you know? So, it would be easier for you to simply enjoy yourself now.
I was far too tongue-tied to say anything. But that wasn't the only reason why I was so confused.
Things are definitely, I should say there's a real possibility he will die of overwork from all this.
I don't like it, man. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not going near those guys.
Wise words.
Yamazaki, this is all in your hands now. I'm going home.
You can't abandon me. This is an ordeal I can. This isn't an ordeal I can shoulder alone. Hey, you two, over here! No, what are you sneaking around for? Hurry up and get on over here.
Oops. How'd that happen? I was nowhere near the A button.
I think you got flabbergasted due to that wonderful chiseled abs that that Resident Simbo has.
Sensei seemed to have noticed someone and beckoned them out of their hiding place. After a moment of hesitation, they came out. Once again, I knew exactly who they were.
Wow, wow, wow.
One day we'll have it, I swear.
Wow, wow.
We'll have it, I swear! Yamazaki and Ibuki? Not that I knew why, but the two of them looked like they had very mixed feelings about being here. I wonder why. I was dumbfounded into silence again, and I could only stare at them. I would... Fucking hell.
Before you get the wrong idea, let me just say that we are victims, so to speak.
Yeah, just saying. I didn't want to come here in the slightest. Huh? What in the world is going on? I had only planned to come to the pool with Olsen and Kozusu, but... people kept coincidentally coming one after the other. Heisuke, Okuta, Saito-san, and the others showed up, and we had ended up hanging out. But people who, by all rights, shouldn't have been there, like Harada-sensei and Hijikata-sensei, were here as well. Something really wasn't right. Just as I was about to voice my suspicions, the others came over and interrupted me.
Hey! Here she is! Hey! Chizuru! There you are. We were worried. You hadn't come back in a while, and... Saito. I see you're here too. My sincerest apologies. And the rabble browsers just keep on coming.
The students looked at the teachers in dead silence. Like when you meet your teacher outside of school. Both parties...
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
What?
No, that's not it. Just an absolute stare down with this.
Oh god, hold on, you gotta do that again in a little bit.
Okay, yes.
Both parties didn't say a word for a while. Heisuke was the first to open his mouth.
But man, even the teachers are here. This is pretty weird even for a coincidence. It's no coincidence. Soji sent us all those emails. Indeed, he said that Yukimura was going to the pool and that we should come along as well.
What? Osen Kozusu and I shot accusatory glares his way. However, Okita returned them with a sunny smile, not looking ashamed in the slightest.
Fuck you, Okita.
Hey, at times like these, the more the merrier, right?
But you couldn't possibly have emailed the teachers as well.
I could just tell. I'm sorry, but I could just tell that Okita would be the type to just be like, spoiler, sweetie.
Stop fucking hell. Hichikata-sensei in particular looked as though his irritation had already reached its peak. His glare was incredibly severe. Even though we were at the poolside in the middle of summer, it felt like the air had frozen over. And yet, when it came to Okita...
Hijikata. Hijikata, you look downright fierce. You're sticking out like a sore thumb here. You're at the pool on holiday of all things. The least you can do is crack a smile. I don't give a damn what you say. Shut the hell up, you little shit. I knew you'd be pulling something like this, but I played along anyway. So, it wasn't just us. He even tricked Hijikata-sensei as well. Okita, your behavior is really completely intolerable. Just wait till we get to your route, best boy.
Even though he was being criticized from all sides, Okita blithely ignored them all.
Fuck you, Okita.
God damn it. Anyway.
I still think you're flustered by the himbo's abs, so.
No! It's a fucking loose A button!
Are you sure about that?
I'm fucking sure about that, sir.
I mean, it may be niche, but that should be a button as well.
We need more space. There's too many
Discord,
buttons.
give us more!
I don't want to pay for more, though. Anyway. What should we do about this chaos? I tried to distance myself from the uproar by turning my gaze towards Osen and Kozusu. But for some reason, Kozusu was staring fixedly at Ibuki. Kozusu? Do you know Ibuki by any chance? Ibuki began approaching us, seeming to realize that she was staring at him.
You stay away from my woman!
Upon seeing his face, which had sort of an odd expression, Kozusu let out a small breath. It's not like it's a big deal, but... when I dropped my computer pass before, he returned it to me. I thought I'd seen your face somewhere before. You're that girl from the subway, aren't you? Thank you for what you did back then. I was able to get home thanks to you. It was nothing. It was just a commuter pass.
Commuter?
All I did was pick it up right after it fell.
After I discerned the fact that it was actually commuter and not computer. Oh, she can't do it now. Yes! Yes! Success!
Fuck off! Not to brag, but if it had been cash, I would have definitely felt more torn about it.
That really isn't something to brag about.
I didn't know when he had arrived, but Harada-sensei chimed in with a sardonic smile. Kozusu looked at Ibuki after his blunt declaration, and she smiled too. How do I put it? You're so honest. Then by the time Ibuki and Kozusu's conversation had reached a stopping point, the situation around us had completely changed. I felt the gazes and heard the murmurs of other visitors at the pool, and I turned over my shoulder to look. Perfect fucking timing!
As soon as I
Perfect
saw that
timing!
started coming up, I hit that instantly.
Yes! Fucking perfect!
Well, that's a Twitter moment.
It's a thing. It's a short moment too. All right, so we have this. We have the cicada incident, and we have the popcorn incident. Brilliant. I got 3.
Yay!
Will the 4th one pop up?
Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z.
God damn it. At some point, an intense standoff had formed. What's more, the tension seemed to have reached critical mass. Yeah, well, all you guys reeking of hidden agendas back the hell away from my cute sister. She should be spending time with me, her older brother. Isn't that obvious?
I don't know what you mean, but the fact that you came here at all makes your agenda crystal clear. Especially you, Hijikata. You came here despite the fact that you're a teacher. You're beyond saving. Shut it! And speak for yourself. Unlike you, I didn't want to come here. I mean, if we're talking ulterior motives, you're not really one to talk, Kazuma. I just wanted to see Chizuru in a swimsuit, and I wasn't thinking of anything weird, so... True. I don't think such an overt feeling qualifies as an ulterior motive. But is that really the issue here? Okita is the reason why we're all here in the first place. Anyone would have been concerned if they had gotten emails he sent us. Even if you try to pin the blame on me, you're all equally guilty for joining in, right?
No, at least that doesn't apply to me. By the time I realized what was going on, I'd already been dragged into this mess.
Well, it's exactly as Soji says. He might have set the bait, but we all... Oh. Yeah, I saw it. Well, it's exactly as Soji says. He might have set the bait, but we all chose to take it.
God damn it.
I'm telling you, this makes a grade school field trip look like a luxury getaway. Right, Senpachi? Oh! The directory here says that there's a water slide! He's not even listening.
Things were quickly spiraling out of control. With this many people gathered around, I took a sidelong glance at the commotion. This was a huge problem. Is this my fault?
No.
What we have here looks like a group of handsome men, to say nothing of their personalities, causing a scene in public that obviously draw people's attention. But this will be annoying for the other visitors. What should I do? I knew I had to do something quickly, but as I racked my brain more and more... Sanan-sensei clapped his hands twice loudly. Did you clap?
Yes.
I heard one clap.
Right, everyone. Why don't we stop all this arguing here? It's incredibly disgraceful for a man to cause such a thoughtless ruckus, and at such great inconvenience to the other visitors present. Don't you think so as well, Yukimura?
Huh? I do. When I exchanged looks with Sanan-sensei and nodded, everyone fell silent all at once.
However, I wish to request that we all get along and have fun together. Though that doesn't seem very likely to happen. That being the case, let us play a little game so that way we may deepen our friendships. A game? What do you want us to play? Beach volleyball or something? No. There are much better things that we may play since we came to this specific pool. Don't you mean SSSS?
Did you say 4 S's?
Probably. I caught up in a message.
Oh.
There. Do you know what he means, Hesuke?
God fucking.
It's this pool's special feature. It was just released this summer, and it's a super popular attraction. The name of it is Summer Survival Shooting. SSSS. SSSS. For short! Oh, I heard of that. It's a survival game where you work together in pairs in a water gun fight. Indeed. This is our precious summer vacation as well, and all of us are here, so we could consider this trip a success if we manage to enjoy ourselves. Don't you think it would be more fun and fruitful to settle a dispute with a game as opposed to dragging out such pointless arguments? I agree! 100%!
It sounds like fun. I smiled and nodded back at Hesuke, who wore an enthusiastic smile of his own.
Well, with the way things were going, I agree it'd be best to settle things with a cut and dry competition. Sounds like this'll be oodles of fun. Don't see why we can't give it a whirl.
The 4 who were in favor were all smiles. But there were others who looked completely bewildered, as if they couldn't get why anyone would want to play this game at all. Not to mention those who just sported looks of blatant disgust. However, Sanan-sensei remained composed with a broad smile on his face.
You goddamn snake! By the way, I will present the pair who comes in first place with a prize. How foolish. If you think you can entice me with such a thing, hello!
Oh, I thought I'd just stop by to say hi before I leave.
Hello.
Hi. I got hit with a little bit of news from childhood. The actor who played Pee Wee Herman died yesterday.
I did hear about
yeah,
I heard about who is Pee Wee Herman.
He did a character from... he started films and television during the 1980s. He was a childlike character.
Yeah.
He was the one that always went around.
But what movie was he in? Because I'm.
Let's see. Pee Wee's Big Haul, like the Pee Wee Herman movies.
I've heard of that. I just feel like he was in something else. I don't know.
Why, yes, Cheech and Chong's next movie. Anyways, yeah, that happened.
It happened?
Yeah, like, he passed away yesterday.
Ah, yeah.
Anywho.
I forget, did you say this line?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
The prize is a pair coupon for the poolside bar. With it, you could spend some quality time alone with the person that you like best. Just the two of you. How's about that?
In that instant,
What the fuck?
Guys, fucking Kevin.
I think that was perfect, honestly.
I don't know, I kind of like the goofy music more.
Goofy? You mean from Disney?
No.
In the game, we're doing SSL.
Yeah, they're silly music.
Wait, SSL? What's that again?
Simple school life.
Sweet school life.
Oh, yeah.
Close enough.
It starts with an S. That's close enough. Anyway, in that instant, the expressions on the other's faces exchanged completely.
Very well. I will accept this challenge.
Of all the underhanded.
Here, let me help you out, Karu. You goddamn snake! Does that mean you won't participate then?
Fine. I'll play along, even though I know it's a trap.
Well, I have to head out.
Bye-bye.
Okay, see ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Aww. Anyways.
Kaoru looked incredibly annoyed, but made his declaration nonetheless.
I think a break at the poolside bar after exerting oneself does make a fair amount of sense. Sanan Sensei's plan is superb, even though the pair ticket is not in any way my goal, obviously. Thank you very much, Saito.
Sanan Sensei smiled as he responded to Saito-san, who was blushing for some reason. In contrast, Ibuki was making a face as he thought things over, looking visibly troubled by everything. Even if you mention some person I like best, that doesn't really apply to...
Ibuki, a coupon means you gain access to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You can eat all of your favorite foods to your heart's content. Actually, no, now that I think about it. Oh, much better.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ibuki, what's with that look in your eyes all of a sudden? Yamazaki? No, thank you. I don't feel too well, so I'll just watch from the sidelines. Ah, that won't do. Fortunately for you, I happen to have some medicine with me. No. I'm fine. I simply feel better, so I'll participate. Don't worry. Ah, well, that's a shame that my medicine will have to wait.
And then the ever-smelling Sanan Sensei turned his gaze towards Hijikata Sensei. And the surly, dissatisfied look on his face said that he had absolutely no desire to participate.
Well, then it's a good thing we got you right out of the way first. I'm not joining in. I'll just look like some kind of idiot if I fight in the same ring as these moose. Despite all the trouble I went through to find a peaceful solution to this, it seems that you insist on causing trouble by childishly digging at your heels. Still, I see. I'll let you have your way this time, Sanan. You goddamn snake! Thank you very much.
Just like that, it was decided that everyone would be playing the SSS.
By the way, Chizuru, who are you gonna team up with?
With that one question, a thick tension enveloped the whole area in an instant. This would be a good time for that. Yep. Everyone started exchanging heated glances with each other. It was like sparks flew from the intensity when their eyes met.
Now, everyone, please don't go back to fighting before the game has even begun. Since Chizu makes up half of her team, allowing her to decide would be the fair solution. No? You goddamn snake!
At Sanan Sensei's words, everyone's gazes fell on me in the span of a single breath. I felt the pain of everyone's expectant gazes on me. I had the feeling that no matter who I chose, I'd end up offending someone. I found myself faltering. What should I do?
Don't worry, the beautiful redhead will come in. Sorry, Yukimura.
Huh? I looked up as I heard my name being called, and I was met with Harada-sensei's gentle smile.
Don't worry, if you're the one choosing, then no one will have any excuse to complain.
Then, can I ask you to pair up with me, Harada-sensei? It's time to save.
Yes, it is.
Before I
Despite the fact that this is an overly difficult game in comparison to some of the others, saving is not a bad idea.
Especially when you want to get points and have minigames. You gotta win the minigames.
Yes. Me? Is that really okay?
I really did want to ask you. As long as it doesn't bother you.
I don't mind at all. Well then, you and I are partners from here on out. Looking forward to it.
Same here. We grinned broadly at each other and headed off in the direction of the SSS. Minigame time. Oh, that's an unlikely pair.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Harada, get out of there. No.
Wow, he really does want to make like a good husband getting his wife wet.
God fucking damn it. Harada, get out of the corner!
He's okay, you have to forgive him. He's not nearly as skilled as our previous bachelor.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, this is close!
Yes, yes.
Hey! Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Woo. Yay!
We did it, Yukimura!
We won thanks to you, Harada-sensei. We had exchanged a splendid victory and exchanged happy matching grins. I wonder what the CG is that we're gonna get.
Applause for the victors.
Yay! After that, Harada-sensei turned towards the others, who had slightly ill-tempered looks on their faces. Why?
Well then, let's leave the losing side be and go to the poolside bar right away. Shall we, milady?
Is that really okay?
Don't worry about it. Now that we won, it's alright. Unless... you want to go with someone else? If that's the case, I'll just hand the coupon over.
No, that's not it at all. There was no way I wouldn't be happy to go with him. Harada-sensei's lips broke into a broad smile as I rushed to deny it.
And if it were me, I would definitely offer my arm for her to join in on.
Yeah, I can
Let's
see
go
it.
then. It's a celebratory feast for two.
Yeah, I can see that. The arm thing.
Offering his arm. That
Yeah.
would definitely be me.
I felt a little shy, but I still headed off in the direction of the poolside bar with him. There sure are a lot of people here.
Yeah, well, it's the afternoon during a holiday after all. I do wish things would thin out though.
The poolside bar we had gone to was jam-packed with numerous couples. I followed behind him as we walked around looking for somewhere to sit, but Accompanying each cool-looking man was an equally mature-looking woman without exception. Without exception, apart from Harada-sensei.
Huh?
どうした？
Hey, something's wrong?
I was terribly out of place, and I unconsciously found myself feeling ashamed.
おい、雪村。
Hey, Yukimura, watch out in front of you!
Huh? Ah! I'd been drooping my shoulders and walking without paying attention. So I caught my foot on one of the tables and accidentally pitched forward. However, oh, is this gonna be the CG?
I think so.
Never mind. Ah, we were robbed! Two large hands grabbed my shoulders and as I fell and caught
Catching me securely.
Yeah, catching me securely. Ugh.
Now, don't be counting chickens before they hatch now and everything. Just let them cook.
Okay, fine.
大丈夫か？
You okay? Jeez, my heart nearly jumped out of my chest. Probably would be me too.
I'm sorry. I rushed to apologize, but the moment his hand touched my shoulder, I felt a shock like I had touched a live wire. It wasn't as if Harada-sensei and I had never touched before, but today was different. We both were in swimsuits.
La la.
ほら、行くぞ。
Come on,
今度は気をつけろ。
let's go. Be careful this time around.
Without any clothes to separate them, our hands brushed. Our shoulders did too.
Ooh.
After being escorted to a seat by Harada-sensei, I tried to look around stealthily, but he interrupted by offering the menu.
プールサイドバーって
This place is more than just a poolside
何か
bar.
食いたいものがあるな。
If you want anything to eat, just say the word.
それはそうと。
Now, what do we have here then?
After opening the menu, Harada-sensei casually looked up at me.
お前、ここに入
You
ってた
haven't spoken a word since we got here.
I was shocked. He had hit the nail on the head. It was like he could see right through me.
緊張してるのか？
You nervous?
Just a little. I mean, isn't it embarrassing for you too, sir? Being here with someone as childlike as me? Maybe my words have been completely unexpected. Yes, a little. Because he blinked at what seemed like astonishment. Then his eyes narrowed in amusement, and he laughed.
そんな心配してた。
Is that what you're worried
こ
about?
ういう時は。
When that sort of thing happens, you just need to have more confidence in yourself.
どうしても気にしちまう
Even if you look fine, if it bothers you, you could try going outside your comfort zone.
Harada-sensei quickly ordered something from a nearby waiter. What did he mean? I waited while pondering that mysterious thought until eventually... Huh?
ほら、乾杯しようぜ。
Come on, let's make a toast.
Harada-sensei smiled, raising a cocktail glass filled with beautiful liquid in one hand. Now I can press the A button. Juice! But this is alcohol. Harada!
It's Hanada. What do you expect?
安心しろ。
Don't worry, your cocktail is non-alcoholic.
I was about to say, sir.
酔えなくてもこれでちょっと
Even if you can't drink, this will make you feel like you are, right?
Right. Although it was a little embarrassing to have him worry about me like this, I was more pleased than embarrassed. I raised my cocktail glass as well, albeit timidly. Hold on. Huh.
Oh, she's got one of those glasses.
Yeah.
Huh.
I carefully clinked my glass against his, and a small ring noise sounded out.
Dum.
What a beautiful color. While I stared at the bright colors and murmured, Harada-sensei replied with a light nod.
シンデレラだ。
It is a Cinderella.
Cinderella?
オレンジとレモンとパイナッ
It's a cocktail where it's equal parts orange, lemon, and pineapple juice shaken together.
たまには魔法にかけて
Every once in a while,
してみるの
doing something outside of your comfort zone can feel kind of like it's magic, right?
Somehow, I feel like I've grown up just a little bit. I drew the glass I had been holding out towards me, and I carefully sipped the Cinderella.
It's effectively a virgin Mai Tai.
Oh. I would have no clue, because I don't drink. It's delicious. A chilled cocktail was just the thing to soothe my parched throat after running around so much at the pool. I'd never drunk a mixture of these three juices before, and the flavor was both curious and incredible at once. As I drank more and more, I felt that even my spirit was being dehydrated. I felt my anxiety and nerves from feeling out of place completely melting away. In a way, it really did feel like magic. Harada-sensei, thank you so much. I'd expressed my heartfelt gratitude, but he just feigned ignorance.
何のことだ
What for?
He questioned, so I said that it was...
For always being so considerate.
Always being so considerate.
Yeah.
You're so considerate of me. I don't mean just right now. You're always looking out for me, so, I'm really grateful for that. Today you noticed that I was scared and took the lead, right? I was really nervous at first, but because you were here with me, I felt like I could relax. As I reiterated my feelings of gratitude for some reason, Harada-sensei's lips twisted into knowledgeable smile. Into a knowledgeable smile. That's why it fucked me up.
Yukimura, actually, I'm glad I have some advice for you.
Yes?
Hey, saying that a man's presence is relaxing isn't actually a compliment.
I was perplexed, and he shot me a fond, lopsided smile. Is that so?
Yeah, that's how it is. It's fine if you don't get it yet, but make sure you keep it in mind, okay? It's a lesson I'm giving you out of gratitude, after all.
Okay. His facial expression was really mature, even more so than his words. My embarrassment made it completely impossible for him to look in the eyes, and I went red once again. Whee! And then, as our drinks came to an end, so too did that overwhelming situation.
Well, it's about time to head back, huh? Let's go before those guys get tired of waiting and freak out. All of a sudden, she sits him back down and be like, let him freak out.
I nodded, and following Harada-sensei's lead, I stood up. Da 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 da. And then, after we regrouped with everyone else, In order to fully enjoy the time we had left, everyone had split up to do their own thing.
That's somewhat worrying, but what do we care?
Saito and Harada-sensei were competing for the best time in the competitive pool. Heisuke and Nagakura-sensei challenged each other to go down the water slide 10 times in a row. They were
Of course
stumbling
they
on their
would.
feet by the end.
Yeah.
In retaliation for losing at SSS, Kaoru pretended that his hand slipped at the poolside and pushed Yamazaki into the water. Okita took a photo of the scene. Sanan-sensei chided him. Hijikata-sensei and Kazuma competed for the highest dive on the diving boards and took it way too seriously.
Fuck you, Okuta.
You goddamn snake!
There, I was a little late, but there.
What happened? I thought that everyone managed to have fun in their own ways. But our fun-filled day was drawing to a close as the sun set. We all left the water park behind somewhat reluctantly.
Jeez. I had a completely miserable experience today because of Soji. Even though you looked like you enjoyed yourself plenty, you still say things like that. It's not very honest of you, Hijikata. Although it was rather enjoyable, I do think it was rather anxiety-inducing as well. Right? I mean, people kept showing up and causing problems left, right, and center. Yeah, it looks like Hijikata really had a rough time, but I get him. But feel bad for him. Senpachi, you're part of the problem too.
I swear. What do the teachers and students of Hakuo Academy think they're doing?
Hey, if you don't like it, leave. With this, the fact that there were no decent people at Hakuo Academy beyond myself and my bride has been thrown into stark relief.
So you're just throwing away Amagiri and Shiranui, huh?
They're not even here. What do I care? Now, please don't sell yourself short. You are a problem child among problem children. That's putting it lightly.
Thank you, Tsanan. I'd say the one who suddenly sent vague emails and lured this many people here is enough of a problem child by himself.
From another angle, I guess you could say he has a talent for networking in a way.
I don't mind either way, but what I'm not okay with is interrupting and intruding upon a girl's day out without permission. It's just as Olsen says. I've gotten all worn out because of that. But it was kind of fun. A lot happened today. Probably too much. But thanks to that, I think I was able to make wonderful memories from my summer vacation. Everyone kept chatting and laughing together as we headed home. This may as well have added another precious page to my book of memories. Yay, more words.
Neil, how did the friends?
Daily
And
stories.
episode 2, how did Anyway, cultural festival!
Oh boy. Here we go again. Time flew by. It was already October.
Oh yeah, speaking of time flying by, on Channel 3, it was advertising right around dinner, the Polar Express in Branson already.
Huh?
It's still July and they already got Christmas shit going?
I don't want to
Good
think.
fucking word.
I don't want to think about it right now.
Neither do I!
Anyway, as the season gradually began growing cooler, we switched to our winter uniforms. You got mail. I'm not even gonna look at the guide
And it's
anymore.
Saito.
I'm not looking at the guide anymore. It doesn't tell me what
Do you have any good ideas? It's Saito. There's something I wanted to ask you about today, so I'm sending you an email. Truth is, Heisuke and Soji have been coming late more and more often lately. Do you have any ideas that help them avoid being late? I don't remember what you said last time.
I think we said this one last time,
I think so.
but I think it didn't work.
Maybe?
Let's go with maybe?
Sure.
Let's see. I don't remember that.
Damn. Strengthening the penalties, huh? Oh, I didn't really want to do that, but it may be the only way.
Okay, maybe that was what we answered last time. Fuck, I don't remember. We'll get it right one of these days. Midterms were approaching again and the whole school was on edge. But things were different from the first term, when people weren't ready at all. Everyone knew to prepare for them well in advance this time. Then, as we studied and overcame that huge ordeal one way or another, the next thing that awaited us was...
Well, those of you who actually read the program for this year's public convention know this already, but it's time for the annual cultural festival.
At the beginning of morning homeroom, Harada-sensei began to write today's agenda at the edge of the blackboard in big letters. After he finished writing, he turned back our way and slammed his hands on the lectern with a bam.
The cultural festival's at the end of this month. Every year at the Hakuo Academy Cultural Festival, classes are to judge each other's programs by voting for their favorites. After considering several of the best picks, the class who snatches an uncontested overall win will receive a wonderful prize.
A wonderful prize?
No, wait, is it $1 million? Or maybe a trip to Hawaii? Come on now, don't fly off into dreamland on me here. An entire class received discount coupons for the school's cafeteria for last year's prizes. Chances are the prize this year will be the same too. No, it isn't. Discount coupons for the cafeteria? Oh, I'm not sure how happy I should be about this. It'd be weird if people wanted them that much, that's for sure. Cue weirdo!
Everyone's shoulders dropped simultaneously after such a letdown. You could tell just by looking, everyone clearly looked down about it.
Except for one.
Despite our low spirits, though, there was one within our ranks who felt entirely the opposite.
Cue the weirdo!
Discount coupons for the cafeteria? His chair screeched across the floor as he leapt to his feet without a second thought. Hey, you guys! This is one fight we can't afford to lose.
Hey, Pookie, what are you getting all gung-ho for? What's gotten into you?
You moron! The cultural festival, that's what! The cultural festival! It's a once-in-a-year chance for us to boost our morale as a class! This event is more than key, it's vital!
Everyone's just looking at him like...
Don't say it's annoying, meaningless or instant detached feeling here! Get your head in the game! I couldn't put my finger on it. What was he saying? What he was saying wasn't wrong, but it felt like he was a bit pent up, kind of.
Look who his foster dad is. Of course it was pent up.
Harada-sensei looked amused as he watched the state our classroom was in.
Well, it's good that you're motivated. And you'll have me teaching for first period, so you're just in luck.
He glanced at the time, then looked around at all of us as he spoke.
You guys want to decide on a program sooner rather than later. The earlier we pick, the more time we'll have to get ready after.
I'm all for it! I plan on leading the charge. The more time we get, the better.
Ibuki reeks of desperation, but I'm in favor of it too. We gotta do it for class, and plus it seems kind of fun.
よし決まりだ
Alright, it's decided
じゃあ
then.
俺は一旦職員室
I am gonna head back to the staff room for a little bit, and think of a program you want to do while I'm gone.
A program for the cultural festival, huh? I opened my notebook to brainstorm about what we could do for the cultural festival. Then first period came. Although we went back and forth about what program we should put on,
まあ悪くない
Well, it's not that any of these are bad ideas, they're really good. It's just that none of them are a shoo-in, really.
it was a shame, but Harada-sensei was right. A drama performance, a cafe, an exhibition booth. There were a lot of proposals that seemed interesting, but it was difficult to say that any one of them could lynch us a win for sure. We couldn't really settle on anything with everyone's clashing opinions, so we ended up wasting a lot of time.
And then...
But then Ibuki abruptly stood up.
Yeah.
With his eyes sweeping across the rowdy classroom, he made a decisive announcement. There's only one answer. Our class program will be a maid cafe! A maid cafe? He didn't care how bewildered we were when he mustered the courage to deliver us a fervent, earnest speech. Listen up. If people are gonna vote for us, then we're gonna have to have something original that no other class has. Having said that, doing something too novel isn't good either. Your average visitor is gonna have to vote, so having something they'll be well acquainted with is key. And that be a cafe?
確かにカフェなら
To be fair, you'll be able to use the break room for various things if you do a cafe.
Yes, and more than that, our class has a secret weapon. The most powerful original thing that no other class in this academy has! And the time he took to take a deep breath, Ibuki's eyes flew wide open. The only female student in the academy, Yukimura Chizuru! I couldn't even express my surprise. I looked up at Ibuki in a daze.
I get it. We use the fact that she's the only girl in school, and all the guys will want to come see her as a strap.
How about it? Isn't it the perfect plan?
And then suddenly, the whole class.
Ibuki was full of determination. It seemed to inspire the rest of the classmates, who were now thoroughly sold on the idea. Save for me, who made up a key part of this plan, and whose thoughts on it were being ignored. Ibuki?
まあまあ
Alright, now settle down. If you're gonna pin all your hopes and dreams on her, then you better hear what she has to say about it first. Thank you, Harada-sensei.
Harada-sensei turned his attention to me, who wasn't on board with all of this yet.
雪村お前はどう
Yukimura, what do you think?
メイドカフェって歌うんだ
If this maid cafe is going to happen, then you'll be pretty much the only one serving customers. And that's no small responsibility.
I thought.
Probably the same as the last few runs have been. I had to do
I
it.
had to do it. When will we say couldn't I? Could I even do it? I don't know when.
That's probably like for the bad endings.
Did we? Honestly, using me as a selling point to get votes was unthinkable to me. We don't have bad endings. We have normal endings, though. I've been doing the best endings all the way through.
Well, I meant like the fact that with Kyoto wins and whatnot had bad endings.
Yeah, that's true. But all of those bad endings involve dying, so I don't think that would apply here. I did feel really uneasy about it, but it looked like everyone wanted to see this through. If that was the case, then I had no other choice. If my contribution will help everyone, then I'll do it.
よし
Alright, then it's final. This class's program is going to be a maid cafe.
Harada-sensei slowly looked around the class.
いいかお前ら
Listen well, you lot. You got Yukimura invested in this now.
優勝を目指して全
Aim
力で
for
頑張れよ
victory and give it your best shot.
Yeah!
Ah!
Everyone punched the air with excited fists on their faces. Grins on their faces. Ugh. Seeing everyone like that made me want to put even more and more effort. Once we had decided on a program, everything afterwards went swimmingly. The cultural festival would be at the end of the month. Now that we decided on a program, we had to start going all out on the preparations right away. Looks like things are going to be busy around here. There was plenty to get ready for an actual culture festival. I hoped it would be a fun one. As I was leaving the school with those thoughts in the back of my mind, suddenly, oh no. Right, we haven't had this yet.
この打剣が
You filthy mongrel.
I heard a booming voice coming from the middle of the school courtyard. Surprised, I looked to see what was going on. Again, this
Why
music
is
is so...
It doesn't fit!
It's so unfitting. Why, game developers? In the distance, I saw Ibuki and a man with a demonic-looking scowl.
I come all the way to your school, and you can't even handle arranging for a simple greeting party? What is the meaning of this?
What do I care about that? You just didn't tell me anything. Ibuki was half desperate with his rebuttal. Besides, the fact you showed up out of the blue expecting them to come out and formally greet you is way too unreasonable.
Who the fuck said you could talk back to me, you mutt? And why should I have to consider their needs? You useless piece of trash!
The man didn't just stop at verbal harassment, but went so far as to pull out Ibuki's hair. Hard. Ow. I was briefly overwhelmed by shock at the situation unfolding before my eyes. As I came back to my senses, I hurried to stop them. Excuse me!
Yukimura, don't.
Suddenly a hand landed on my shoulder.
This doesn't concern you.
I looked up to see Hijikata-sensei making an incredibly bitter expression. Looking a little impatient beside him was Kondo-sensei. The two teachers rushed over and quickly forced their way in between Ibuki and the man. God fucking damn it.
Welcome! Thank you for coming all the way over here, Mr. Sarazawa-san. Are you here because of that matter we discussed earlier? Mm-hmm. Oh, pardon me, how rude. It won't do us all any good standing around talking like this. Let's take you to our reception office by all means. I have the perfect tea from my hometown that I can bring out for you.
Kondo-sensei was remarkably courteous while dealing with the man.
So, my reception has finally arrived. However, I am in the midst of a discipline. So, wait a moment. Sarazawa-san.
Just before the man could turn to Ibuki again, Hijikata-sensei stood in his way with a severe expression.
You'll disturb the other students if you have an outburst by the entrance here.
Hijikata-sensei threw a glance at me while I was standing behind him.
You have your standing to think of, so consider whether this is the time or place to do this. You mean to meddle in my obedience training, Hijikata? I don't really feel like complaining about your teaching methods. Teething methods.
Teething? God fucking damn it.
It's just that this sort of conversation is the one you should be having at home.
Ibuki let out a small cry over how he'd been quietly forsaken. Even at Hijikata-sensei's silence, with a fury... I hate that word. Why is it so weird?
Used in this context, it is kind of weird, not gonna lie.
Even at Hijikata-sensei's silence, filled with anger, the man didn't particularly look like he was inclined to let up. May I ask who this man is? I asked the question diffidently, and Kondo-sensei clapped his hands together.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time you've ever met him. This is Komo Serizawa. Serizawa-san is the chairman of the Hakuoki Academy Board and works as the Academy's PTA president as well. He's also Ibuki's foster parent.
Oh! That's when I realized that this was the person who Ibuki would grumble about at sometimes.
So, you're Chizuru Yukimura.
You know of me?
You think you're the only girl in this academy, are you not? You think I wouldn't be able to tell who you are? So, I caught wind about the girl whose enrollment Hijikata himself permitted.
He scrutinized me from head to toe, as if he were appraising my value.
Worthless.
I resisted the urge to shrink back and straighten my posture as he fixed his gaze on me. Please allow me to greet you once more. I'm Chizuru Yukimura. I'm in the same class as Ibuki, and he's always been a great help to me. Serizawa-san stared at me for a moment. He let out what I thought was a snort, then walked off towards the front entrance. With a nod, Kondo-sensei followed after Serizawa-san towards the school building.
Even though it was such a mess to begin with, you still wanted to step in. Why?
Huh? Muttering that under his breath, Hijikata-sensei took a step forward to follow after Serizawa-san. Then, as if he just remembered something, he turned back my way.
Yukimura, your reply just now wasn't half bad. I thought you would have said something about Ibuki, but then you held yourself back. Well done.
Oh, I didn't really do anything. I had a lot of questions for and about Serizawa-san for sure. But now definitely wasn't the time for me to bring them up. After smiling a little at what I said, Hijikata-sensei hurried back to the school building. After Hijikata-sensei and the others had left, I broke into a belated sweat. It seemed like the tension had finally cleared up. Ibuki, are you okay? Yeah, it's just the same old, same old. He let out a sigh like he'd given up a little. But don't worry about me. Just think of how you can make the cultural festival a success. Alright? My lunches, my fate, my everything is riding on it. Right, got it. He had said it so seriously that all I could do was give him a stiff nod. All I had been thinking about was how we could make it as fun as possible, but it seemed to come with its own set of troubles. Whoosh! Water!
Oh.
It was time to start preparing for the cultural festival. Our school timetables were shortened, and we worked on the preparations after school. Class 1-1 was no exception. The whole class was willingly putting in overtime to get the maid cafe ready. Alright, done. I was in charge of making the small props. Doing detailed embroidery made up most of the work. I only just realized that the ornamentation needed for a maid cafe required a surprising amount of fabric. A tablecloth for every desk, a curtain to separate the kitchen area from the customer area, and the maid outfit. The biggest challenge yet. It made for a formidable opponent, to be sure. I sighed lightly and gave my hands a break. I've been at it for a while now. I should take a little break. When I went out to the hallway to clear my head, the whole building was bustling with activity. Some people rushed around carrying cans and paint, others were hammering nails into a variety of things. Even with just a rough look around the hallway, it looked like every class was busy. The way the school building was being decked out for the festival slowly but surely was kind of exciting to see. I craned my head looking at all around while walking forward. Heisuke and Okata said that Class 2-1 was doing a food stand in the courtyard. Saito was in Class 2-2. I wanted to ask what his program was going to be. I also heard that the gymnasium was being hired out for exclusive use by someone with a lot of leverage. Speaking of which, I wonder where Harada-sensei would be. Maybe just the staff room? Maybe the other teachers would be in their own classes. Now, where should I visit? Do you
Go
know?
around the school building?
Go around the school building.
Hey!
I decided to take a look around the school building. I wonder where I should go.
Look
Wow.
who, Harada-sensei!
Come to think of it, I wondered what Harada-sensei was getting up to. After we decided what our class program would be, he practically stopped coming to class. This is Harada-sensei we're talking about, so there was no way he was just neglecting us. Oh. After walking for a fair bit, I finally found my way to the staff room. I wonder if Harada-sensei would be here.
Yukimura, what brings you here?
Oh, hello, Sanan sensei.
What's the matter? If you've got business to attend to in the staff room, then by all means, come in.
I entered as his invitation and spotted Harada-sensei in the room. It looked like he was busy with some work. Yeah, I figured that the teachers would be busy too.
How are the preparations for the festival coming along?
Good. It looks like we'll be able to make them in time, somehow. It's also fun having everyone in class working together on something.
Oh, I'm happy to hear it. Your class's program has, in a way, become the center of attention for the whole school, after all.
You don't say!
You goddamn snake!
Meanwhile, Harada-sensei seemed to have noticed I was there. He stopped working to approach me.
Yukimura, is something the matter?
Oh, yes. I came to give you a report on how the preparations are going for our class program.
Oh, I see. And here I thought something happened. Hijikata and Nagakura, among others, seem to be attending their own classes. Are you not doing the same, Harada? The cultural festival is a student thing. It's not something I should butt in and lend a hand on. I trust my students enough to leave it up to them. That said, it is our duty to take responsibility if and when something happens. Well, as for Senpachi helping out, it's because he wants to. And Hijikata is the kind who has to have a say and get in the thick of things, too. That does seem fair enough. Oh, by the way, Yukimura, what do you really think of all this? Do you think you'd like Harada-sensei's help? For him to exhort you and your classmates?
How should I answer?
He believes in us.
He believes in us! I think he leaves us to it because he believes in us. So don't worry about our class preparations.
Well. What a way to put it. Well, I'll try leaving it to you then. Although, you should let me know right away if and when anything happens.
Will do. I'd have to up the ante to meet Harada-sensei's expectations. When I got back to my classroom, I spotted my classmates making a sign for the maid cafe.
Oh!
I had to keep doing my best. As I was thinking that, I heard someone unexpected speak up from behind me.
That's some fine craftsmanship there.
Oh, Kondo-sensei.
Oh, Kondo-sensei.
What was that?
Oh, that's some fine craftsmanship there. Oh, Kondo. Hey there, Yukimura. Looks like your class is plenty motivated working on all this.
We all decided to do our best to win.
I see.
Hearing what I said, Kondo-sensei nodded with a happy smile.
You know, the PTA president, Serizawa-san, covers the expenses of the Cultural Festival Prize every single year.
Huh? He does?
Oh, absolutely.
I thought of the impression I got of him when I happened to meet him the other day. This kind of came as a surprise.
He'll be paying for this prize as well. Make sure you work hard at it.
It will do. Thank you for your encouragement.
Every class is preparing programs that seem like they'll be plenty of fun. I can't wait to see how this year's cultural festival goes.
Kondo-sensei walked off with a smile, looking pleased with how much effort the students were putting in. I also wanted to do my very best.
Like no one ever would.
I knew it. And make this festival the very best it could be. Oh boy, festival.
Festival day!
Then the day of the cultural festival finally arrived.
I just said that.
The classroom had completely transformed into a cafe. Everyone was buzzing while awaiting our grand opening. Ibuki, are you alright? You're looking a little pale. Yeah, I'm fine. Just trembling with excitement. I did everything I possibly could to prepare for this, working non-stop up until today, but I wonder if it'll bear any fruit. It'll be fine. Man, you can't even guarantee that, though. Well, we're all in this together, and I don't think there's a single other class that's worked as hard as we have. So, I'm sure that things will go smoothly.
That's right! Just like Yukimura says! We've been doing all our best. We've all been doing our best for today. Our interior decorations are just as good as any other class, and we have a cute maid too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah! Ibuki seemed to have broken through his doubts. He suddenly raised his fist and looked at all of us. Let's go see the victory. You guys ready?
Yeah!
Yeah!
There it is.
There it is. Then, after we'd finished firing ourselves up, we heard the chime that signaled the start of the cultural festival.
The cake set is done!
Right!
Miss Maid, come greet our newest guest to their seat.
Yes, right away! I was overwhelmed by all the unfamiliar customers, but I was still trying my best. The number of customers kept increasing, and things got really busy in the blink of an eye. We got mail.
Who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be?
It's-
And survey says...
Friends.
Friends?
Who is it? The truth about Cosmo. Shiranui!
Oh, sorry, Cosmo. So always so annoying. But you know, it's only like he ever does bad shit. I know it can seem like he's insensitive, overconfident, conceited sometimes, but I mean, he's not stingy. Mostly because he's a sheltered rich boy, so he doesn't understand the value of money. I mean, true though, he doesn't hold grudges, but that's because he easily forgets stuff and doesn't care about most things. My bad. He doesn't have any good sides after all.
Shiranui, what was this? I love you, what is this?
And why do you still not have a route? He really doesn't have any, huh?
You're going with that?
I'm betting that's it.
No.
No! Yeah, I know I'm not in a position to say anything about this, but he really is an awful guy. You should be careful now with him.
I don't want to do Cosmos or whatever. It's time for a save.
Yeah.
Welcome. No, wait. I mean, welcome, Master. The line never seemed to get any shorter. The ads we put up must have worked really well then. I heard that the others had put up posters that read, "We have a maid here," or something along those lines. Because of that, I suppose everyone had high hopes for our program before the festival even began. Well, what do I do? If things don't get any less busy... We couldn't keep up with seating or orders anymore. Just then, yet another customer came through the classroom doorway. Welcome back, Master.
Oh,
you really did say it, huh?
Did you have to say it that way? Hanada? Standing in the classroom's doorway and smiling at me was Harada-sensei. Harada-sensei!
Seeing as I'm responsible for you guys, I have to make sure for myself that all your hard work, that you're all working your hardest.
Just seeing Harada-sensei made me let out a sigh of relief. The cultural festival is mainly organized by the students, so it wasn't as if the teachers needed to do anything in particular, though. Things seemed to calm down within the classroom. Strangely enough, and my classmates ended up smiling out of reassurance as well.
You guys must be tearing up with joy with just how many customers you have shown up. I would be, at least. It might get a little rough if there are too many of them, but I'm sure you guys can get the job done. I believe in you.
He looked at me and let out a broad grin.
Well, of course he did.
But in that moment, I suddenly remembered how I ended up accidentally calling Harada-sensei Master. Yeah! The first thing that I felt earlier was surprise, but thinking about it made me feel embarrassed.
Excuse me, my food hasn't come in yet.
Ah, yes, my apologies. A customer's complaints echoed out across the room, shaking me out of my thoughts. Harada-sensei gently stopped me before I could hurry over to the customer.
お前は新しい客
You focus on showing the new guests to their seats.
客はメイドの接客を
Customers come here to receive maid service. You're the only one who can give them that, right?
I certainly gave him a vigorous nod and went to stand by the entrance once more. Welcome home, master! I welcome each new customer with a smile and show them to their seats. Meanwhile, Harada-sensei walked up to the customer who had made the complaint. What?
お客様
My apologies, sir.
もう少々
Could you please just wait a few more minutes?
As he dealt with the customer in a polite tone, he sent a fleeting glance in my direction. He didn't say anything out loud, but I was certain that he was mouthing a few words.
Good luck, Chizuru.
I gave him a big nod. However, we couldn't have been prepared for this. Save time!
We weren't prepared for the save file.
We were prepared for this. We were already running all over the place, but suddenly more customers than ever before came into the cafe. Welcome home!
It's game time!
This would likely be the biggest challenge of the day. Readying myself for the worst, I turned to face the numerous customers with a smile.
Oh no, it's 4th of July all over again.
Alright, let's give this a try.
Okay.
本番だぜ
Game on! Coffee?
あそうじゃない
And
か
he
メイド
wants
さん
cake. Of course he does.
Fuck, I put it back.
よくでき
There we go, fuck. Cakey.
He wants sandwich,
まあこんなものか。
注文をお願いします
Kohi,
some coffee.
for the unnamed
ありがとうござい
student.
ます
We name him Jack. I would name him Jack anyway.
Okay, some juice for
For
Heisuke.
Heisuke.
ありがとな
Round 3.
Alright.
Point.
注文をお願いし
A
ます
parfait for Sanan.
注文してもいいかありがとうござい
Some
ます
cake for
Kondo.
for Kondo, yeah, and then
And Kohi for Saito. Okay.
うま
Okay.
そうじゃないかすまない
round 4.
メイドさん
Keiki.
注文をお願いします
Kohi.
注文するぜ
Oh fuck, no!
おいありがとうございますありがとな
まあ
There.
こんなものか。
Round 5.
Oh
注文
god.
するぜ注文をお願いします
Yes, Jack.
おい注文するぜ
You just got something.
メイドさ
Oh
ん
god.
What the fuck?
注文いいか
兄として慣れかしいよ。
Shit. Shit.
もういいよ
I.
Oh well, at least you got 4 out of 5. Right?
ありがとう
I guess.
注文をお願いします
I'd say just let the timer run out at this point.
I mean, it's gonna run out
これから
anyway.
も学ぶことはあるからな
Did I pass? I don't think I passed.
There's no bonus points, so that's troublesome.
It was busy no matter where. Yeah, I failed. I failed.
Do it over again?
Alright. Do we do it or do we skip it?
Skip it this time, I think.
Alright. There we go. Yeah, looking good. That means we won.
Yay!
Our hard work paid off and customer service was great. From time to time, I'd get complaints and had to deal with the occasional selfish customer, but I think I was able to handle it skillfully.
Like Okita? Yukimura, good job handling things just now.
Thank you very much. But I was only trying to imitate the amicable way that you serve the customers. When I admitted that, Harada-sensei gave me a broad, joyful smile.
Well, that's fine. It just means that I did something a teacher ought to be doing.
You always do, Harada-sensei. Caught up in his smile, I grinned back at him. After which Harada-sensei stared at me intently, his eyes narrowing. Huh?
I've heard rumors that seeing your smile mysteriously puts people at ease. Seems like it's true.
What? I was puzzled for just a moment, but I soon caught his meaning and blushed.
Duh.
He was too smooth. It was a problem!
No, it's his route. Of course it's not a problem.
I knew he only meant that as a compliment, but I couldn't help but feel shy. After I'd worked myself to the bone for some time, my classmates suddenly called out to me.
Hey, Yukimura, you okay? You haven't taken your break yet, right?
You can take some time off now. It looks like today's peak is over, so the incoming customers have settled down too. Guys, everyone's concern made me really happy.
Yeah, don't make us mother hen you.
But it was a maid cafe after all, so I wonder if it'd really be alright for our only maid, if our only maid wasn't there.
Yukimura, these guys seem worried about you, so how about you take a little break, yeah?
Harada-sensei. Everyone was encouraging me to rest. I thought about it for a moment and said,
I'll take a break.
I'll work a little harder.
Really?
No, I'll work for just a bit longer.
Sir.
When he heard my answer, Harada-sensei gave me a somewhat worried smile.
How is that? I tell you not to overdo it, but if you say you're alright, then okay, I believe you. Good luck.
Hi! And then, at that moment, I don't like how the music stopped.
Oh no.
A customer who had finished eating stood up, and the leg of their chair caught my ankle. Oh god. I lost my balance and fell onto the floor at an awkward angle.
No!
Ow! Hey, you were right? You might have twisted your ankle. The classroom was buzzing with concerned chatter. Everyone in my class had gone pale. At that moment, my body was lifted into the air all of a sudden.
By Harada-sensei. Give it to us.
Yes!
Give it to
Yes!
us.
Yes!
Hold on tight. And down the hole you go. Shoo!
What? Being carried in Harada-sensei's embrace caused me to fall into a panic. I'm fine. I can walk. I only twisted it a little.
Nonsense. You wait. You wait there. Let us pass. You there. Please let us pass. We have an injured person here. Hey, make way.
There we go.
It took me a second.
Yeah. Carried! Alright. Sir, did you hear me? The answer to my question was obvious, really. He ignored my complaint and sent off down the hallway, all while carrying me like some sort of princess.
Duh. What's going on? Is that a maid? Look at that! A maid is being carried bridal style over there.
I was drawing a frightful amount of attention. Even though I knew in my head that I wasn't a bride or anything, I couldn't help but flush a deep red. And then, just as we rounded the corner of the corridor...
Oh my!
When he caught sight of us, Sana-sensei froze in his tracks, his eyes widening in surprise. After huffing out a sigh of relief, Harada-sensei called out to him.
Sana, great timing! You think you could look after her injury? She tripped over a chair. I see.
After nodding at Harada-sensei's words, Sana-sensei looked at me and smiled.
Good morning. You're looking incredibly cute today indeed. I didn't recognize you for a moment. You goddamn snake!
Ah, I love that we have this button with us.
Yeah.
Whoosh!
Whoosh. Ah, anyway, it just looks to be a light bruise or a sprain. If you're not in any serious pain, then I believe it's not... If you're not in any pain, then I believe it's not terribly serious.
Ah, right. The pain isn't too bad.
I see. Ah, thank God. However, just in case, it would be best to affix a compress to it. I got it. By the way, where were you off to, Sonnen? I'd like to get her treated as soon as possible, but if you're busy... Oh, some other students actually got into a small skirmish, and it seems like a few people were injured. I was summoned to go deal with the situation. Given that, yes, please help yourself.
Sana-sensei gave me a sweet smile and handed me the key to the infirmary. Is it alright for me to borrow this?
Oh yes, of course. Once I finish dealing with the fracas, then I will return to the infirmary at once. Harada-sensei, please give her first aid treatment. Yeah, thanks, Sonnen.
And then Harada-sensei descended the stairs at a gallop, still carrying me all the while.
Well, this is the place, right?
He quickly spotted where I'd been injured and affixed a cold compress to it.
When Sonnen comes back, he'll take another look at it, so just try to hang in there for a little bit longer, alright?
Harada-sensei wore a wry smile as he spoke. I'm sorry. I apologize for the inconvenience I caused. I meekly hung my head. For some reason, he let out a powerful sigh before replying.
Well, if it wasn't annoying or anything. Whenever stuff like this happens, you can always rely on me. I'm the type of guy who carried someone who got injured, even if they were a guy, you know? All the more apply if that someone is a girl, you know?
He may have been lecturing me, but I felt kindness in every word that he spoke.
There is still time before the end of the festival, but you're gonna keep resting, okay? You already worked too hard. I bet that lot won't have any complaints. If you think of your classmates as friends, then don't be shy about it.
Hi, Sensei. But throughout the whole day, I kept relying on Harada-sensei. I understood that he'd watch and sincerely acknowledge my hard work. But I still found myself thinking that I'd wanted to work even harder. I was trying to look as mature as possible, but in doing so, I wondered if I seemed like a child instead. I fell silent. He stared at me before tilting his head in suspicion.
まだ何か気にしてるのか
Is something still bothering you? Come on, let me hear it.
It was hard. It was a hard thing to say out loud. I stared at my shoes and began mumbling my reply quietly. I'm sorry.
Hmm? What was that?
I must have been heavy.
Oh.
Please don't laugh.
雪村
Oh, Yukimura. Something like that had you looking so depressed.
Something like that?
Oh.
But girls found this stuff to be really important.
Also fair. You weren't heavy in the slightest. I can even carry you to your house if you want.
Even the tips of my ears had turned red. His words just then made me remember what had happened earlier. Harada-sensei, please don't tease me so much.
Alright, my bad.
Then, after returning to the infirmary, Sanan-sensei checked on the state of my injury. Then, Harada-sensei had said,
Ryono Susuke is probably blaming himself right now, so I'll go tell him everything's fine.
"Oh yeah, Ibuki would."
Yeah.
Before taking his leave, I told my teacher that I'd continue to take a break from being a maid, but I'd come back around closing time to help with the cleanup. Having decided that, I remained in the infirmary and rested. I got mail.
Yay!
Who is it?
Harada-sensei. Did anything sick? Yukimura, how is your injury now? You okay? It's less swelling, so I'm alright. I think.
Let's see. Woo!
Hey! I see. Well, what's most important is that it's not serious, but just in case, I think you should go get another checkup later.
Very soon, the long day came to an end. A chime sounded to signal the end of the festival, and all the customers who had come to the school as visitors headed home. The evening sun shone through the classroom windows as we tidied up while waiting on the school festival's closing event. We put away the large decorations another day, since that would be quite time-consuming. But there was trash to clear up, more so than usual, given the festival had been a school-wide affair. And there. I grabbed the garbage bag and walked towards the refuse collection point behind the school.
Shimada-san.
Shimada-san, does all the burnable waste go here? Yeah. Please don't forget to separate the cans, jars, and plastic bottles.
Shimada-san, the school janitor, was talking to Yamazaki-san, who also came to throw out some trash. The teachers all relied on and trusted Shimada-san a lot. He was the unsung hero of Hakuoki Academy. When we first met, I was shocked at the sheer size of his stature, but I'd come to know him as a gentle giant. He was very kind. There were rumors that he absolutely adored sweets, which explained how he'd gotten so big, or something along those lines at least. Hello, Yamazaki-san, Shimada-san. I've brought some more garbage.
Ah, Yukimura, thank you for your hard work. Yeah, thanks. Did you come to throw some trash away too?
That being said, there really is a lot of it today. Waste was piled up high in one corner of the courtyard. Shimada-san gave a small dry smile while looking upon the garbage heap.
それだけ盛況だったということ
I,
ですよ
it's a sign that things were successful, I suppose.
俺も学校創立以来ずっ
I
と
worked as a janitor here ever since the school was founded.
今年の文化祭はかなり大規模で
But this year's cultural festival had quite the turnout, didn't it?
Oh, really?
ああ俺の目から見て
Yeah, it was even more exciting than last year's, in my humble opinion.
The enthusiasm from the festival still lingered as I looked upon the school, awash in the colors of twilight. But as the sun vanished, so did that enthusiasm, little by little. As the loneliness weighed on my heart, I heard people approaching us in the rear courtyard.
というか盛り上が
In
り
other words, all that excitement means this one was the best year, right?
その分俺たち教師
That's exactly why we teachers had it so rough.
大した問題が起こ
That being said, the most important thing is that no major problems came up.
Oh, it's Harada-sensei and Hijika.
Yeah!
Ta-sensei. The two of them looked different from what I'd expected. For some reason, Harada-sensei and Hijikata-sensei were wearing aprons. Moreover, the design and colors of the aprons were contrary to the image I had of these two. They looked kind of cute in a way.
Yeah.
そのお二人とも
Uh,
珍しい格好というか
Those are some very unusual outfits to see the two of you in.
理由を伺って
May I ask why?
うちのクラスはたこ焼き
Oh, well, my class ran a takoyaki stand, but we prepared way too many ingredients.
いっそ残った分を
The class was talking about eating them as soon as possible, which I do have to say the calamari takoyaki I had was good.
Yeah! Hijikata-sensei spoke with a dejected expression.
Can you blame the guy?
Meanwhile, Haruka's like, why are you
Yeah.
dressed like that? Now that he mentioned it, there were conspicuous toss stains at the bottom of his apron. You mean to say you cooked it personally, Hijikata-sensei?
ああ
Yep. I got a rare look at Hijikata's laser focused on takoyaki face.
うるせえよ
Oh, shut it.
ま
I just couldn't let the students do it.
Hijikata-sensei gave a wry smile and suddenly looked behind him. Standing there was Nagakura-sensei, his cheeks stuck full from the veritable mountains of takoyaki he was carrying.
Wow, I really is this my food, huh?
土方さんああ
Yeah,
に働いた
consider it a reward for all your hard work. Don't be shy. Eat up.
まあ俺たちのちょっとした息抜きってやつだ
So basically, we're all just taking a little break, as you can see.
When I followed Harada-sensei's line of sight, I noticed that Sanan-sensei had also appeared.
私も
I
ちそうになっていますよ
will be helping myself to some as well.
Sanan-sensei was also snacking on some takoyaki behind Harada-sensei and Hijikata-sensei.
それにしても今日は働い
At any rate, I worked my butt off today.
すげえ
My phone was stiff and I'm super wore out.
なんなら
Well then, would you like to try this out? No, don't do it!
Don't do it! Sanan-sensei promptly produced a small bottle filled with a crimson liquid.
It's made with human souls! Or human lives, that's right. What? What is that? Oh, it's an energy drink that I created. One sip of it will completely remedy any fatigue you have. Please drink it if you like, Nagakura.
そいつはすげえ。それじゃあ。
Wow, that's amazing! Wow, thanks a bunch!
長倉先生、それは
Nagakura sensei, wait!
なんだどうした山崎
Huh? What's wrong, everybody?
どうかしました。
Is something the matter, Yamazaki?
いえ、
No, it's nothing.
Harada Sensei laughed lightly at their exchange before extending the takoyaki offer to me too.
よかったらお前も食べ
Here, Yukimura, you should eat some too if you're in the mood.
Are you sure?
もちろん
Oh, absolutely. Welcome to our humble store, milady. Allow me to show you to your seat.
Alright.
I swear, Harada, don't tease the kids like that.
I couldn't help feeling shy, being in the middle of everyone like that.
Yeah, and I just saw Yamazaki back there like this.
Yeah! The closing event of Hakuo Academy's cultural festival was non-compulsory, taking place after the sun had set. Of course, almost everyone from my class chose to participate, but there were also a few who didn't. And so, before the ceremony and the announcements of which class won, students from every class gathered on the school grounds.
Students of Hakuo Academy, before the closing ceremony, let me officially announce the end of the school festival.
Serizawa-san also made an appearance alongside Kondo-sensei on a stage in front of the school building.
Thanks to all your efforts and all your incredible efforts, this year's school cultural festival ended up being a great success. For some class programs in particular, things were even more climactic and exciting than ever. Now then, PTA Chairman Serizawa-san will announce which class has won the popular vote.
Serizawa-san looked completely uninterested as he unfolded the paper he was holding.
By virtue of gathering the most votes, this year's winning class is...
Please! Ibuki murmured that hoarsely with his hands clasped tightly in prayer. The others in the class and I waited for the announcement with bated breath.
Class 1-1.
Yeah! This isn't a dream, right? Our class actually just... Yeah, our class actually won. Ibuki was rendered speechless, so he struck a huge victory pose instead. With this, I'll be able to eat lunch like a normal person from now on. It's like a dream come true. But then, as we were celebrating... Serizawa-san appeared behind Ibuki before any of us even realized it.
You just said, eat lunch like a normal person. Aren't you misunderstanding things?
What? But we wouldn't, right? That means the school lunch discount coupons are ours, right?
I don't know where you heard such a rumor, but that is not what this year's prize is. It is a class-wide prepaid book card.
A prepaid book card? How is that possible? I didn't hear about this!
You irritating pest! You must have purposefully misunderstood. Come here!
Don't pull my ear! In the end, many students were happy, but Ibuki alone was so depressed that it seemed like he'd never recover from it. With that, the cultural festival came to a close. Serving all those customers had been tough, but it ended up being a fulfilling day. Thanks to everyone's hard work, I had no doubt in my mind that this day would become a wonderful memory for me. How did that love?
How did the love?
How did the school?
And how did the school?
How did the day off?
Well,
How
we're
did
coming up on
episode-
Christmas
Oh,
now.
yeah. Since that's the case, I'm gonna go get water.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Yep. You know, Chet, you gotta be glad that I'm the one who's here and not Lucy, because he would be the one that's setting the chat on fire with these lava krakens or whatever he called them. Oh, that was yeah. Anyway, how's everybody been doing lately? Yeah, I make sure whenever we get to these little parts that require the our everybody's favorite himbo in this story to be eating something during that specific chapter. I always make sure that there's something to eat right beside me, so that way I can oh, the don't go, the don't go. Ah.
Hello?
Ah!
Oh, hi.
Alright!
I'm back.
And luckily, with no Lucy, there's no flaming chimeras in here or whatever he was doing.
Oh, God. With the cool autumn having passed, even the midday wind started growing cold enough to chill the bones. Patches of frost started to linger in the shade, and our breath formed white clouds outside. Winter had begun. The calendar already read December. I didn't dislike school, but one Monday morning I couldn't help but feel a bit gloomy.
Help me!
Heisuke had left for early morning club activities along with Okita, Saito, and the others, so I found myself walking to school alone. We got mail already.
Help me!
What?
Oh, I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
with Ibuki. Ah!
Friends.
Friends, yes.
Sorry. Shiranui.
Sorry. Yo, sorry for sending a text out of nowhere, but I'm just a little worried about something. So, I wanted to ask you something about Kazuma. How do you really feel about him? Is he annoying?
Shiranui.
I don't know. What?
Tell me when to stop.
Kapuya!
Maybe.
Oh, no!
Ooh, what?
What did that...
Hold on.
Come on!
Hold on.
Right? If he's bleeding flat out annoying, it's time to reject it. You don't have to worry about that guy.
Alright.
Okay?
Okay, Shiranui. I really did feel sleepier on Mondays. It is Monday, isn't it?
For the next 2 hours and 1 hour for us.
Yeah, I was sleepy earlier today. That's accurate. As I held back a yawn while going through the school gates, a cheerful voice greeted me, one energetic enough to chase away all my lingering drowsiness.
Ah, Ohio, Yukimura! It's a lovely morning this morning, isn't it?
Ohio, Kondo-sensei. You seem to be grinning more than usual today. Did something special happen?
Oh, of course, as a first year, you wouldn't know it yet. They'll be explained at the school assembly later today. But actually, come Christmas time, I dress up as Santa Claus and give presents to students here at the school every year.
Now that you mention it, it is nearly Christmas, isn't it? But
Yeah.
do you do it all by yourself, Kondo-sensei?
Oh, but of course! I can't just hand such an important role over to someone else, you know? Seeing as students' excited faces as I hand out the presents, I just can't help but look forward to it every year.
He struggled to contain his beam of excitement. I couldn't help but grin and let out a small giggle myself. Honestly, with a man like this as its principal, I was really glad that I enrolled in Hakuoki Academy.
And then the bearer of bad news. Well then,
Well then, I will also be looking forward to this year's Christmas event.
Great! I did decide to splurge a little bit this year too, so I hope that you do. And then the bearer of bad news. Hey, Kondo. Oh, Yukimura's here too, huh?
Ohayo, Hijikata-sensei. Hijikata-sensei had suddenly approached the two of us at the gate. Kondo-sensei noticed his unusually weary expression and his eyes narrowed in confusion.
Toshi? What happened? Your face is really pale. Did some bad news come in this morning? Well, bad news? Yeah, you could certainly call it bad news. Long story short, Christmas is canceled. Ugh. I have some upsetting news for everyone today.
Attending morning assembly in the schoolyard was hard for students during this time of year. The freezing winds ripped through the campus. Even just standing outside was torture in winter. All the students were lined up according to which class we were in, our shoulders hunched in the cold as we listened to our principal's announcements. But he looked worse off than all of us, his face paler, his shoulders more slumped, as he addressed us from the dais.
Now, we have a last-minute announcement from the PTA chairman, Serizawa-san. This year, Serizawa-san has kindly decided to host a Christmas party for the staff, school staff, and a few select students. As a matter of fact, this party will be hosted in place of our usual Christmas event.
Surely by usual Christmas event, he meant the gift-giving one he was just telling me about so enthusiastically. Kondo-sensei shook his head a little as he spoke, his broad frame sagging miserably.
Invitations will be delivered out to those who are chosen. The students who accept will have until the day of the party to prepare presents. Those presents will be for a gift exchange at the party.
Hey, Toto, did Serizawa-san host a party like this last year too?
Nah, at least not last year, no. Kondo-sensei seems pretty surprised. Must be a first for this year.
Soji is not a happy cat.
No, he is not.
Kodo and Heisuke's classes happened to be lined up near mine, close enough for me to overhear their conversation, which left me puzzled. It seemed that the older students were just as surprised at this unforeseen development. Students murmured to their neighbors here and there. In the midst of all this, Ibuki's face had already gone pale, and it was getting whiter by the second.
And it was already cold enough.
Ibuki, are you okay? If you're not feeling well, I could call Sanon-sensei over. No, that's okay, but, that guy hosting a party with a bunch of hand-picked students. What's with that? What's he scheming? I'd say this much. He's definitely not doing it out of the goodness of his heart.
Gee, you think? Now, I'm sure you all have your questions, but regardless, this is how it's gonna have to be. Students and teachers alike who are invited to treat it as if it were a compulsory event. That is all. Dismissed.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
With that, the morning assembling that has shocked the whole student body came to an end. On Hijikata-sensei's cue, we students dispersed, hurrying back into the school building. What was first period again? As I changed into my indoor shoes and started walking to my class, I felt a tap on my shoulder.
Yukimura.
Oh, Hijikata-sensei, do you need something?
Not exactly. You heard about the thing before, right?
Kondo-sensei was looking forward to it so much, too. It's really too bad.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit worried about that. I'm wanting to try turning it into something Kondo-sensei might actually be able to appreciate.
Really?
Hi.
Hijikata-sensei gave me a small nod in response, his expression determined.
And how about that? I'm only assuming at this stage, but suppose that you received an invitation, hypothetically. What would you do?
I would...
Go to the party!
Yeah, go to the party. After thinking on it for a moment, I gave a small nod. I'm not confident that I'm an outstanding student or anything, so I'm not so sure that I'll be invited, but if I were, and he went through the trouble of doing so, I think it would be rude not to accept. I'd likely be putting the teachers in a difficult position, too, if I refused the invitation.
You really have a talent for overthinking things. You don't need to worry about us too, you know.
Hijikata-sensei watched me intently, his expression both amused and exasperated.
You're an outstanding student, Yukimura. There's no doubt you'll be getting an invitation. Your grades aren't bad, and you listen properly to your teachers. Not to mention you always strive to improve yourself. But if that's the case, seems like this backfired on me.
Hijikata-sensei said that with a deep sigh. He fixed his gaze back on me, a miserable look in his eye. Whoosh.
Yeah,
This party
whoosh.
of Serizawa-san's had sprung up out of nowhere. It quickly became the talk of the school. Da-da. To the roof!
To the roof.
Then, during lunch break, I climbed up the rooftop to meet up with Heisuke and Okita for lunch.
Oh, she's here! She's here! She's in it! Oh, yeah. She's in it! Over here! It's quite warm out with the sun today.
You're eating with us today then, Saito-san? He didn't normally sit with us for lunch. I greeted him with a nod and a smile. But where is Okita?
Oh, Sochi's been kind of in a bad mood since this morning, and he ran off somewhere else for lunch, you see. So, I thought we could eat with Hajime today instead.
A bad mood? That struck me as a little odd, as I sat down next to Saito-san. I opened up my bento. As I did, Heisuke sunk his teeth into some bread and spoke up again.
Oh, for this cruiser part all of a sudden. The announcement itself was very sudden as well. Even the teacher seemed surprised by it.
Serizawa-san, though. He's the one who came to see the cultural festival, right? Not only was he the Hakuoki Academy board chairman, but also the PTA chairman, and Ibuki's foster father. From my first impression of him, and from how timid Ibuki was around him, he seemed to be very strict with his discipline, but the long, loud sigh that Heisuke let out hinted that he might hold the same opinion.
Serizawa-san's party, huh? Even if I somehow did get an invite, I've got a bad feeling about it all. That's a shrewd stance to have, Heisuke. But it was with Serizawa-san's assistance that Hakuo Academy was first founded. You mustn't assume the worst of it now, either. But, I mean, Hijikata-sensei doesn't like Serizawa-san either, right? Don't, Yukimura. This doesn't concern you.
Now that he mentioned it, Hijikata-sensei had seemed fairly tense the last time the two met.
It's true that they do seem to quarrel at every given opportunity, but...
Saito-san, crossing his arms and pondering that thought, looked up at me.
Yukimura, what do you think of this party?
From where I stood, Serizawa-san's Christmas party was...
I'm not sure. I feel like it's something to look forward to.
The answer is something I'm looking forward to.
Hey!
I think I'm looking forward to it, really. I mean, who knows how it'll turn out in the end. But any party where lots of people are around seems like it would be fun to me. Heisuke's expression darkened into a frown when he heard my response. Heisuke! But Saito-san gave me a small nod.
I think so too. Whatever sort of party Sarazawa-san plans, and no matter what one may think of him, I think that he could host an enjoyable party.
I agree, though I do have my worries. I feel more excited than I do worried as of now. Heisuke is not happy.
Well, I definitely know what we're not gonna take whenever his route comes along.
Heisuke silently broke his bread. What?
Brought.
Heisuke silently brought his bread to his lips, making a face like he wanted to say something. Just what kind of event would Serizawa-san's party turn out to be? You changed your voice for Heisuke, didn't you?
Yeah.
You tried to
after
be
hearing the
like
dub
Irish,
the other
yeah.
night.
Yeah. The date's classes had finished, and there were only a few more school days left in the term.
Well then, that's a wrap for today, folks. Take care of yourselves on the way home.
As the bell rang to dismiss us, the students abruptly stirred up a commotion all at once. Getting ready for their club activities, opening up their phones to text, making plans for the way home with their friends. I took my time putting my things away as I watched my classmates out of the corner of my eye. What should I do today? Maybe I just go straight home for today. Or maybe I should stop by the station and buy some groceries for dinner.
Oh, wait up a moment, Yukimura.
Hi? I stopped and turned back into the classroom upon hearing Harada-sensei call out to me.
I have something for you. Here.
The single card Harada-sensei handed me was bordered in gold foil. Is this, by any chance...
I'm sure you've guessed it already, but it's an invitation to Sarazawa-san's party. But I do have my 2 cents on the matter, but it's in your hands now. Be sure to read it properly whenever you get home, yeah?
Serizawa-san's party, huh? I muttered to myself as I left the class, looking the invitation over. Now that I think of it, I wonder who else was invited. I'd feel better if other people I know were going to. I wonder if I should try asking around. Ah!
It's the bitch.
It's the bitch.
It's not even the good bitch either, like the SMG in Borderlands.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the bitch is a legendary Hyperion SMG in Borderlands.
Oh my god. With that in mind, I found myself heading for the courtyard. There were people getting ready for club activities or waiting to walk home with their friends. It was more crowded than usual, so soon after class dismissal. There has to be someone I know around here. Oh, there is. I looked around, hoping to catch sight of someone I recognized.
Like I said, there's no way she's gonna spend Christmas with you.
The bellow came from nearby. Oh boy.
I wonder what you had to say, but to think it was something so... No matter what insignificant scum like you say it has been sent, I will be spending Christmas with my bride. You shouldn't talk tough for someone who hasn't even asked her yet. And normally, even if she were spending Christmas with somebody, it'd be with me, not you. We've known each other for ages. I mean, that's how I always was when we were little. It's unsightly to cling to the past, though. Heisuke Todoro.
I overheard Heisuke and Kazuma arguing. Maybe it would have been best for me to stay out of it.
Yes, it is. Run!
If I were to show up right when they were arguing about me, I was positive it would only make things worse. Thinking that, I slowly backed away.
If you dare say such things, then so be it. I'll force you to face your reality. All will be made clear if we ask the woman herself. Isn't that so, my dear wife? Well, we've been found out.
Kazuma's gaze pierced through me, stopping me in my tracks. Heisuke's eyes also went wide when he noticed me.
Chizuru! Wait, did you hear all that just now?
Kinda?
If you were listening, then there's less to explain. I'll ask now, then, shall I? Between myself, your future spouse, and this self-proclaimed childhood friend of yours, who would you rather spend Christmas with? Me, surely. You don't even need to answer, I know.
Mage! Hi!
Hi, Mage!
You're here!
Yay!
Yay!
You didn't even ask her properly!
Puffing up in anger, Heisuke suddenly grabbed my shoulder.
Heisuke? Hear me out, Chizuru. Spending Christmas with this guy would seriously, absolutely be the dangerous danger out there.
Calm down! Your words are getting all mixed up. Also, even if you ask me about Christmas, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, since I just got an invitation to Serizawa-san's party.
Serizawa-san's party, huh? They said only exceptional students are invited. So if you were invited, then I...
After casually considering this for a moment, he suddenly turned from us and left.
Good riddance! What's with him?
Normally, he would snap and bicker for longer than that. I found his sudden change to be puzzling as I watched him walk off. Heisuke seemed to feel the same as I did. He cocked his head a little in bewilderment.
Well, whatever. Importantly, Chizuru.
Then, just as Heisuke was about to say something...
Oh, Heisuke, Yukimura. Perfect timing.
Hanada-sensei suddenly strolled up to us.
If you're on your way home, then never mind, but would you two mind coming with me? There's something I need a hand with. I'd be happy to help.
The answer is I'd be happy to help. God fucking... After only a moment's thought, I'd not do it.
Yeah, life's good. It was an easy day at work today, even if it was boring, because of how easy it was.
It's been fine. It's been fine, and absolutely earlier the stream did not die during Edo Blossoms. No, not at all.
That's oddly specific.
Absolutely specific. Also in my brain right now, I want to dub a scene from the anime.
Oh?
Cause
Which one?
it's in season 1. It's because I saw Kaoru. I'm like, I want to fix this scene so bad. I want to fix it because Kaoru's just not doing it. This actor for Kaoru is just not doing it for me.
Alright, after a moment's thought.
I'd be happy to help. What do you need a hand with?
悪いな。
Oh, sorry guys. It's a lot of physical labor.
大学期1年
The new textbooks for the year have arrived.
これを手分けして各
I'd like to split up the work and distribute them to each class. Would you two help me out?
Sure. Following close behind Harada Sensei, we headed towards the staff room.
よし、これだ。
There we go. These are the new ones. There are quite a few, so take care, you guys.
Next to Harada Sensei's desk was a tall pile of textbooks. Why does it have to be tall? There were books for each student in my grade. It takes so many trips just to do this by myself.
Luckily, Heisuke's here. Let's get to it then. Don't brace yourself and carry too much stuff, alright?
As Heisuke grabbed a bunch of textbooks, he let out a deep sigh, pulling a face that belied his tone. Why can't it be just textbooks? Huh? Oh, what? Huh?
Self-care is important.
Yes. Hmm? What's wrong, Heisuke?
いや、
Well,
ちょっと
it's just
言いかけたことでさ。
about that thing we were talking about before.
そういやなんか。
That's right. You were having some kind of argument, weren't you? Something about Christmas? Did something happen?
Did you overhear that entire conversation, sir? Prompted by Harada-sensei, Heisuke glanced my way.
佐野さんも担任だし知ってるだろう。
I'm sure you know Sano since you're her room teacher and all.
千鶴のとこの親父
But
さ。
Chizulu's dad is in a faraway off island on some kind of business trip.
He is busy these days after all. He says he'll be back sometime this year at least.
だろ。だからクリスマス。
Right? So I thought you might get lonely around Christmas and wondered if there was anything I could do about it.
ここに来てまさかの芹沢
But
さん
then,
のパーティー
who'd have thought that Sarazawa-san would throw a party, right? Even I thought of suddenly becoming point.
Heisuke was crestfallen, his shoulders slumped. But hearing he'd put so much thought into it made me genuinely happy, and I broke into a smile. Thank you, Heisuke.
It looks like I won't be able to do anything in the end, so there's nothing to thank me for.
No, even so, it's the thought that counts. I gave Heisuke a pleasant smile. Harada-sensei ended up smiling naturally too while he watched us.
That ain't half bad reasoning for you, Heisuke. Hey, what do you mean for me? Well, I get how you feel. Everybody's in a Christmassy mood right around now. Anyone would feel the urge to do something special at this time of year, right? Same goes for you too, Yukimura.
In response to Harada-sensei's question, I said,
That's true.
the answer is... Do you have any plans, Harada-sensei?
Ah.
I can't help but feel excited for some reason when I can see the city dressed in Christmas colors. Saying that with a laugh, I remembered something he said casually and tilted my head. Oh, but... if you ask me that, does that mean you also have special plans for this Christmas?
Huh.
Well, Harada-sensei was an adult after all. He must have been invited to a party somewhere or had arranged plans with other adults. Right? For some reason, a curious feeling fluttered in my chest, and I froze. But Harada-sensei's expression softened as if to reassure me.
Well, you and I are both in the same boat. We've been summoned to a certain party.
そうや教師も呼ばれるって言ってたっけ
Oh yeah, they said the teachers were all invited. So does that mean you'll be going too, Sano?
けどまあなんかそんなに嬉しい
But you don't seem too soaked about it for some reason. Serizawa-san's the host after all. Even if it is for Christmas at my age, it's hard to be so eager about it.
何おっさん臭いこと言ってんだ
What's with that old man talk? At least you didn't get left out like I was.
Hug the Heisuke.
Huh? Don't tell me you haven't heard yet. I'm pretty sure you're on the list of invitees too, you know, since you do so well in your club activities.
マジか
Seriously? Yeah!
That's great, Heisuke.
And he has promptly
Disappeared
he is
somewhere.
promptly dancing.
Oh my god, yes, yes, yes. Harada-sensei and I smiled at each other as Heisuke pumped his fist in the air with glee.
Ah, the joys of youth. If only I could get as unabashedly excited as Heisuke does here. Now, I'm at the age where I'm better off giving gifts instead of eagerly waiting on Santa. How about you, Yukimura? You believe in Santa Claus?
Eh? I faltered, surprised by the sudden change of subject. I had fond memories of pestering my father, worried that Santa couldn't visit us without a fireplace, but as a teenager, I didn't have that childlike faith that Santa would come to deliver presents each year anymore. And yet, I think just a little part of me still believes. Although it's not something I really thought about as a child, maybe he really is somewhere out there.
Is that so? You're so innocent still.
Do you believe in Santa?
I mean, he's good to have as a concept.
Nodding in understanding, Harada-sensei smiled mischievously.
This year's party will have a gift exchange. You better wish for a nice gift from Santa.
I will. So,
Hey, Mage, you believe in Santa Claus?
Yeah, Mage, do you believe in Santa? So, Harada-sensei would be attending the party too. God fucking... Okay, that time was me instinctively pressing the A button because all the other games are A buttons. Somehow seeing Harada-sensei smile as he told me that melted all my worries away. Carrying the stacks of heavy textbooks, we hurried off towards the classrooms. Ah. Now you can do that. Well, I have to do that, actually. One day at a time, the calendar's pages turned, and soon enough, the end of the year was close. It was the night before the last big event before we would welcome in the new year, the Christmas party. As I lazed about on my bed, I looked over at the present I had prepared for the next day. I wonder if whoever gets this will like it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but I guess I'm still a bit worried too. Who in the world would get my present? I wondered whether the party at Serizawa-san's would really go off without a hitch.
And we got mail.
I rolled about on my bed, torn between excitement and worry. Suddenly, my phone beeped with an email notification. From Ibuki?
Help me!
God damn it. Ooh. I am obligated to say I believe in Santa Claus. Ah, that's a good reason. That is a good reason, mate. Do not spoil
Yes,
it.
it is actually.
Do not spoil it.
Do not do it. Do not even think about doing it. Do not even think about not doing it.
Help me.
Help.
It read like someone's dying message. For a moment, I could only sit there speechless. Ibuki, what's wrong? Should I call the police or an ambulance if I didn't get a reply? I
feel like the gift that Dan had earlier today around 5:30 my time would be appropriate for Ibuki's expression right about now.
Ooh, I need to... Hold on.
It'd
Oh.
be 6:30 for you.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that'd be perfect for Ibuki right now. My brother did it to me when I was 7 years old. I will not do it to them.
Oh my
Good
god.
on you.
Good
on you.
Good, don't do. I found my finger hovering over the emergency contact out of reflex as I waited tensely for Ibuki's reply. But before long, he sent me another email. The truth is, I was left in charge of getting the venue prepped and decorated for tomorrow's party, but the storehouse is in such a state I can't even begin to search for decorations. We're clearly short on helping hands.
In other words, it's minigame time!
Even though it was just a text, I could somehow hear the fatigue in his voice. It was the sound of someone who had been driven into a corner. Since it's that bad, you want me to come help you out? I could come early tomorrow morning. We should have plenty of time to prepare for the party then. I only hesitated for a second. I typed up my reply quickly and hit send.
And quickly texted back.
Really? If you really mean it, then yes, please. After we'd finished our back and forth, I sighed deeply. If I'm going to help him out early tomorrow, I better get to sleep early too. But even if I'm there, I'm not sure it'll be enough. Will there really be much help with so much decorating left to do? It might be best to have at least another pair of helping hands. Looking through my phone's address book, I started to feel sleepy. Eventually, I gave into it and flopped back onto my bed. I really hoped tomorrow's party would go smoothly. Ooh, hold on. At last.
December 25th. The world abuzz over Christmas Day.
Kind of. It's still the 24th in other regions.
Yeah, past the international date line.
I was getting ready to go help Ibuki. In the middle of checking my bag. Alright, I'm done. I won't have time to return home after we finish. Now I need to go help out Ibuki. I wonder if I'll really be able to help. I wasn't suited to hard manual labor, so I really was a little bit anxious. Would it be alright if I got someone else to come and help? As I thought that, my phone chimed, alerting me to an incoming message at exactly the right time. Harada-sensei?
Is this Yukimura? It's Harada. Have you already brought your present for today's gift exchange? I haven't gone yet. How about we go together? I really want to hear a woman's opinion.
I'm really happy he would go out of his way to invite me, but I've already bought my present. Plus, I have to keep my promise to Ibuki. What a shame. With my brow furrowing slightly, I sent back a negative reply. After that, my phone rang with an incoming call. Hello? Is this Harada-sensei?
Hi, sorry. I got fed up with typing messages and just went ahead to call you directly. This way you could just tell me that way. So, you're going to help Ibuki and Surizawa-san with the decorations?
I was just thinking about heading out soon.
I can't tell if you're a good person or if you just like having too much on your plate.
There was a brief moment of silence. Somehow, the voice that I heard over the phone gave me the feeling he was wearing a wry smile.
As your homeroom teacher, I just can't look the other way when a student is trying so hard. Do you think I could come and lend a hand as well?
Arada, you realize you're also Ibuki's homeroom teacher, right? It makes me happy that you'd offer, but don't you need to go shopping?
Damn, I've already got an idea what to get. Al's left for is to check the president in store. I'll just take the opportunity to buy it on my way up to meet up with you.
And so, after thanking Harada-sensei for coming to meet me, I decided to head off to Serizawa-san's house. The house of the man who Ibuki took every opportunity to complain about. I wonder what kind of place it was as I walked there. When we reached our destination, the first thing that Harada-sensei and I saw was Ibuki cleaning with vacant eyes. Oh god.
Oh no! Ibuki, my boy!
Ibuki, oh hi. Next, sweep the garden before the guests come. Wash enough dishes for everyone. Huh? Wasn't it just decorating? Then when that's done, pull the decorations out of the warehouse.
Hey, Earth Ibuki! It's quite the face you're making.
Huh? Harada-sensei and Yukimura, you came!
Okay. No, alright, there's no need. No one likes to kiss ass.
Yeah, he's here to lend a hand too. By the way, Harada's outfit.
Yeah.
I like it. I approve.
Yeah. To be honest, I thought just watching from the sidelines would be good for your sense of independence. But there's no way I can't help you out after seeing that face of yours.
I'm grateful. Well then, first is... With a frantic energy that bordered on begging, Ibuki explained to us the details of what we had to do. Our job was to bring out the Christmas decorations from the storehouse in one corner of the back garden. A storehouse? Nah. A storehouse, huh? I feel like we'll be able to finish up soon, but...
No, I don't think things will be that easy. Here, come take a look inside.
What? It's so dark and so huge.
Well, all we can do is get started on finding all the stuff on the list one by one. Well, put our hearts into it.
That sounds like a save. Boop.
I'm suddenly having a feeling of deja vu. Yukimura, can you explain this?
No, sir. Hey, Sensei.
Must be in my imagination. Alright, let's get to it.
Careful as to not kick any of the scattered objects, we stepped inside. Alright, minigame time. Easy points. Alright, we're looking for this giant present over here.
And directly behind it. No.
Hat.
Bottom shelf where you had the first present.
Oh, I see. Where's the snowflake?
And then Snowflake looks like it's behind the timer.
I think it's this one actually. It's purple.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for your help.
Are you sure about that? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Woo. And that is the easiest minigame in this entire thing. At that moment, I wondered how many times I had repeated that round trip in and out of the storehouse. Find an item on the list, carry it outside, and repeat. Find a box with ornaments in it, and check that everything that should be inside it was actually inside. After slogging through those fetch tasks for what felt like an eternity, the end was finally in sight.
Ah, looks like this is everything. Good work in there, Yukimura. You're not tired?
I'm fine. Also, I've never seen this room empty.
Yeah!
Oh my god. You carried all
I don't
the...
like it.
I don't like the empty room without the Christmas decorations. You carried all the heavy things for me, Harada-sensei, so...
There were a few oversized decorations. I really couldn't just stand by and let you carry that kind of stuff. But what's that you've been doing for a little bit? Sewing?
This tablecloth is torn, so I thought I'd fix it. I unfolded the tablecloth, pointing it out to Harada-sensei the rip at one end of it. I wasn't particularly good at sewing, but I could fix something of this size easily enough. As I poked the needle in and out, I noticed that Harada-sensei was looking at me with a sparkling, fond look in his eyes. Is something wrong?
Nah, it's just that you've learned to sew and cook from living alone. You're family oriented, and there's pretty much no problems with your personality either. Harada, where are you going with this? I was just thinking that you might become a good wife someday, that's all. Maybe not for Kazuma, fuck that guy.
Wife?
Nah, I didn't mean it to imply anything. Just thinking about what's in front of me. You're a kid after all. First year in high school. Even if I say that, I don't mean it in a literal sense.
A kid. Harada-sensei had accumulated a lot of life experience. From his perspective, I certainly might have seemed like a child. But for some reason or another, I wanted to appear more mature, and I muttered a few words.
Oh, please don't. That's so cringe.
But I can get married. Oh!
Oh, that's right. Asian consent is different. Alright, keep
Yeah,
going.
yep.
What?
The law says that women can get married from the age of 16, right?
Huh.
God damn it.
Although that's priceless.
Fuck off.
Huh. Oh. Oh, well. Yeah, I guess. That's right, isn't it?
Harada-sensei's eyes narrowed, that sparkling look returning as he gazed at me. His eyes were the same color as before, but they seemed to take on a different tint somehow.
A kid, but not a kid, huh?
After he muttered to no one in particular, Harada-sensei suddenly smiled. Even though he was smiling at that moment, he still looked embarrassed. Sensei, I'm done with this too, so let's get in touch with Ibuki.
Right.
I finished mending the tablecloth just in time to change the subject and stood up. Oh boy. Woo. Anyway,
Hey!
After working ourselves to the bone, we were somehow able to finish with the decorations. Then I helped with things like setting the tablecloths and serving the food. Finally, the guests arrived at the venue one after the other. But I felt like there were too many of them for some reason. It might have just been my imagination, but it was almost like the whole school had come over.
Hijikata Sensei, you beautiful bastard.
Then, once all of the invitees had gathered, we were finally ready to start the party.
This is... The decorations are more elegant than I expected. Oh, the lighting in the garden is magnificent as well. I wouldn't have guessed that this was all done in someone's home. Granted, even if Serizawa-san's goal was to spite Kondo-sensei, this is still quite the effort.
Among the people who looked at the sparkling decorative lights in amazement were...
Whoa! That's a whole turkey right there!
Isn't that champagne over there? I shouldn't have to ask, but there are no alcoholic drinks for students here, right?
Shut up, bitch!
Wait, but he isn't the bitch. The champagne, juice, and mountain of food lined up on the tables caught people's eyes up as well. When Kondo-sensei finally arrived last, he looked plenty surprised.
Wow! Don't tell me all of my students were invited. I can take a guess at how this happened, but I expected nothing less from Serizawa-san.
He seemed relieved and re-energized, looking like he was enjoying all this. I let out a sigh of relief. I wonder if this was what Hijikata-sensei meant when he told me not to worry.
Hey, you mutt! What is the meaning of this? I don't recall inviting this many people.
Don't look at me! I had no idea about this.
I see. So this was Hijikata's doing.
We got more important things to worry about, said Izawa-san. It's already time for us to start. Having checked that all of the guests had arrived, Ibuki pressed Serizawa-san onto the proceedings. The party was starting! The party was starting!
It looks like everyone has gathered. With this, the Christmas party, sponsored by the Serizawa household, has begun.
It looked like the ball had gotten rolling a bit. Everyone looked at Serizawa-san a little meekly at first, but soon the appetizing food lessened the tension, and after one person made a move towards it, probably Nagakura, the floodgates opened and everyone moved about freely. Before I knew it, the venue looked like a buffet party.
Yeah.
Serizawa-san didn't say anything either, maybe since he wanted it to be a free and easy gathering. Laughter echoed from everywhere within the grounds, and groups of people who you wouldn't normally see together were exchanging words. With everything that was going on, I decided to...
I don't know. Brain does not want to think. Next. Okay, look around the mansion?
Look around the mansion. I suddenly looked to the garden. The garden seemed large enough to measure up to the school grounds with everyone gathered here. Geez, so it's really a large mansion. The building wasn't just double the size of my house, but 10 times wider and more elegant to boot.
And we've seen the exterior of her house.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'd been thinking that the whole time I was putting up the decorations, though... With it being this spacious, I started getting curious about what the other places around here were like. As I was thinking that...
Oh, there you are, Chizu! Let's go explore the house together!
Huh? Let's get outfit!
Yeah!
Heisuke startled me by popping out of nowhere, and Ibuki decided to follow his example. Oh, Ibuki, no! Ibuki, no!
Ibuki, yes!
Ibuki, no!
Ibuki, yes!
Don't you dare! I'm not about to have you exposed to the dangers lurking around my house.
Okay, do you have, like, I don't know, something guarding the house? It was just like, it's over!
Sure enough, Ibuki shook his head, completely red-faced. Then at that moment, Harada-sensei came into the room, looking puzzled as he walked up to us.
Hey, Ryunosuke. I was about to go to the toilet on my way where I saw the room labeled kennel. Was that?
Oh god, Serizawa, seriously? Do you get it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shut up! That's not my room! It's not! Oops.
What was that all about? Beats me?
We cocked our heads as we watched Ibuki run off. Oh, hug Ibuki. Adopt
Why
Ibuki. Now then, what should I get up to next? Next.
Obviously it's next. Let's wrap things up, I
Yep.
guess.
Sipping from my near-empty glass, I took a breath and glanced at the time. A lot of time had passed since the start of the party. My worry that something might happen seemed to be an unfounded one. A smile escaped me as I watched everyone have fun. I looked around the room and let out a sigh of relief as the party carried on. With food sitting nicely in everyone's stomachs, people started taking out the presents they got for the gift exchange one by one. Ones that could fit in the palm of your hand, others that you'd basically have to hug to carry, ones that gave metallic clangs, others that looked soft, ones that were left in the garden and didn't even make it inside the room in the first place. Every present had pretty wrapping that you couldn't see through, but none of them looked ordinary or predictable in the least. We shuffled the presents around in circles, and before long we each had one in hand.
Alright, we'll open them on the count of 3. Serizawa-san, if you could take the lead. Why? So you could put me on the spot with something out of my comfort zone and laugh at me for it? I'll be having a drink. Decide on a cue amongst yourselves. Guess we have no choice. Alright then, Yukimura. You'll lead us off.
Me?
That'd be nice. You help prepare the place with my assistance. Following that, you should be the one to do the honors. Oh, it's only a shout that you have to do. There's no need to overthink it. I'm sorry. You goddamn snake!
I understand.
頼むぜサンタさん狙ったプレゼント来ますように
Oh, come on, Santa. I'm begging you here. You know what present I got my eye on.
I'm okay with it being from anybody. Just let it be food, please. Alright then. 1, 2, 3.
外したぜ。有給休暇1年分当てるつもり満々だったって。
Shoot. I didn't get it. I want a year's worth of paid leave so bad, though.
そんなプレゼント入ってね
You thought you'd be the one that you thought that'd be one of the presents here? And even if it was, what do you think a student would do with it? If we were on a paid break, would we be able to advance a year without going to classes? Wouldn't that be just convenient? Well, even if that were a thing, it'd just be a fancy way to skip school. Such a present isn't here in the first place, though even hoping for it would be foolish. Incidentally, Where's the year's worth of my bride that was supposed to go to me?
そんなもんもっとありえ
As
ねえ
if
よ
that's more likely than a year of paid leave.
というか1年分とは一体
And
どう
what would you even do do you even mean by a year's worth? I can't even comprehend it.
まあもしそんなのが当たったら
Well, if I ever got such a thing, I'd make sure I enjoy every minute of that year.
Please. Yes.
沖田君はそれで一体何をするつもりなの
Oh my, Okita, what in the world would you do with that? We might have a problem depending on your answer.
God, is there any helping the number of idiots here? Talk about a year's worth all you like. Don't you know a little sister belongs to her older brother? First of all, I'd like it if you didn't decide things on your own while ignoring what I want.
I feel like that was appropriate too.
Yes. A cute phone strap, a book token, an assortment of goods, a soft toy. There were many presents, but I was hoping that who got what would stay secret so the sender could be saved from any potential embarrassment. Can one of these fruits, can we have it where we get the present of the guy and vice versa?
Yeah.
Please. I beg of you. Just not Kazuma, please, not Kazuma.
Yeah, the little bitch.
The hands on the clock wouldn't turn back and kept marching forward hour by hour. I didn't know
We can't stop time.
I didn't know who first pointed out that it was getting late. The night wore on and I realized how late it gotten. The Christmas party wrapped up without fanfare and people started to disperse. It's time. Harada-sensei had offered to escort me home, so I found myself walking down the moonlit path with him. I'm sorry.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. I'm sorry for making you walk with me, Harada-sensei.
Think nothing of it. It's too dangerous for a lady to walk alone home at night, after all.
I suppose you're right. I was just thinking about how it's already pitch black out here.
Yeah, it's true what they say. Time flies when you're having fun. How come you're looking so chipper?
Oh, no. I'm just very happy that you enjoyed the party, Harada-sensei.
So you're worried about that, eh? It's fine. I had fun, including during the gift exchange. Though I did end up with a set of 10 cat food. What?
Who decided that would be a good gift? Who did it?
Okita?
Fuck you, Okita. Oh god.
Or maybe it was intended for Okita?
It could. Maybe someone's like, you know what? Maybe there's a chance Okita gets this, and he has cats, or he feeds stray cats, or something. It's like you can use the cat food. An indirect fuck you, Okita. Who? It's just thank you, Jesus.
We had to say.
Who even put that in as a gift? We spoke about the fun parts of the.
Put that as a gift.
We spoke about the fun.
I think she's speechless, ladies and gentlemen.
We spoke about the fun parts of the party, laughing and smiling as we
Holy
walked
shit!
along.
We may have to end this right here.
Eh?
You were so speechless.
I was. It was just like. Anyway.
Who even put that as a gift?
We spoke about the fun parts of the party, laughing and smiling as we walked along. As we reached a corner in the road, Harada-sensei cocked his head slightly.
By the way, Yukimura, what'd you end up with?
Is this it? Are we getting
Maybe.
it?
Maybe.
I got these. Look, they're animal-shaped cookies. That is so cute. Each one has a different flavor, and they're so cute.
That's good. I'm glad you got something cute.
やっぱいい
You must have been a really good kid this year.
ってことだな。
Santa
Oh.
only gives stuff like this to the nice ones.
Oh. It did the thing again.
What thing? What?
Yeah. The stream died and then revived itself. Excuse me. Well, I hate you so much.
Oh,
Yeah, we're starting
okay.
over.
I just reset it myself.
Yeah. All right, are we
Just
back?
in case. You must have been. Yeah, we're back.
All right, good.
You must have been a really good kid this year. Santa only gives stuff like that to the nice ones.
Hi, PK.
Yay! What's up?
Coming after the stream died and revived itself. Harada-sensei gave me a kind smile as I stood there with a big childish grin on my face. I want these animal-shaped cookies. Give them to me, if they are adorable. I shook my head to hide my embarrassment at his expression and returned his smile with a mischievous one of my own. Well, it's a shame I didn't get to see Santa, though. I guess I wasn't that good of a girl after all, huh?
お前は十分いい子だよ。
You're a perfectly good girl, you.
He returned my rascally smiling kind and gently patted the top of my head. Oh,
ああ、そうだ。お前の家まで送っていく前に
Uh,
少し寄り道して
Quack?
huh?
Did the stream freeze on me?
The... Huh? What? What? Are we okay?
I have no idea. The timer's still going on it, but
It's still live for me.
yeah, but it's
Um,
stuck on, you must have been a really good kid this year. Santa only gives stuff like that to the nice ones.
I think you're might have froze.
Let me just restart this, but I'll keep going. Oh yeah, that's right. You mind if we take a little detour to your place?
I don't mind, but...
よし。じゃあ、こっちだ。
Alright then, this way.
I followed after Harada-sensei as he set off. Where are we going?
Yeah, where are we going, Harada?
And then an unfamiliar alleyway came into view.
この先行ったことあるか。
You ever been here before?
No.
Oh, there's the Discord notification.
No, this isn't near the road I take to school, so I don't come this way all that often.
じゃあ楽しみにしてろよ。
Well, then you're for a real treat. We'll be fairly high up pretty soon.
I nodded as we began walking again. Before long, the buildings around us thinned out and gave way to an open field. Wow! The starry sky stretched as far as the eye could see. The houses that were packed together before had vanished here, and the stars seemed much closer than usual. They seemed to fill the whole sky when I looked up, and I saw the sparkling city lights when I looked down. Sky. The
Yeah.
enchanting view struck me speechless. Then something warm was pressed into my hand.
そのままだと体
You're chilled to the bone. You'll be chilled to the bone at this rate. Here. Is hot cocoa okay?
Thank you very much. Where did this come from?
Spoilers.
I wonder where he bought this.
Spoilers.
Harada-sensei was holding a coffee. I plopped down next to him. Give.
Give.
Yes.
Give.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's smack dab in a residential district now. This place is the same as it ever was.
We're watching this in its full glory.
Yes.
Yes.
なかなかいい風景だ。
Not a bad view, right?
俺にとっちゃ特
This
別な場
place
所だ。
is really special for me.
Special?
辛い
Yeah. Whenever I'm feeling worn down or
時
worried,
を問わずに
I come out here and look at the sky.
空を見上げる。
Spring, summer, winter, whenever.
秘密基地って言えば
I guess you could call it my secret
秘密
base?
の場所なんだよ。
Well, it's my favorite place to be.
なんだ？
What? You think it's childish of me to have a secret base?
Just a little bit. But I'm happy that I was able to see this side of you, Harada-sensei. I said that, but honestly, I sort of felt more relieved than happy. Harada-sensei always seemed so much more mature than I was. That made him feel a bit far away at times, which made me feel lonely too. I looked around at the place we were sitting in. This was Harada-sensei's special place. The thought that he had shared such a precious place with me made my chest grow hotter and hotter.
And it's not because of the hot chocolate. This is a present for the cute student of mine who worked so hard all year at Hakuoki Academy.
来年はまた違う
Next
ものを
year?
プレゼントしてやる。
I'll give you a different kind of present. Hope you look forward to it.
Next year?
ああ、
Oh yeah, whenever Christmas rolls around again.
I guess that makes you Santa, Harada-sensei.
お前が構わない。
Well then you wouldn't mind if I broke into your house in the dead of night and left you a present by the pillow?
My house doesn't have a chimney, though.
Eh,
I shot a playful retort right back at him at his joke. But he gave me a wry smile, scratching the back of his head lightly.
冗談だと
so you thought I was joking, huh?
思うじゃん。俺も
I still have some ways to go if you're not taking me seriously.
What? What do you...
さて、
Well,
行こうぜ。
it's about time we get going. If we stay like this for too long, we'll freeze to death.
After that, Harada-sensei escorted me home for real. Would I not see him again until school started? The thought of it made me a little sad, and then, as if he could read my mind, Harada-sensei gave me a proposal.
Will you marry me? Yukimura, whenever Christmas is over, New Year's will be right around the corner. Would you want to do your New Year's shrine visit with me?
Oh, yes, I would love it if we went together.
いい返事だ。
Ah, good answer.
また来い。
Well, I'll message you with the details some other time.
Hi, Sensei. I waved to Harada-sensei retreating figure as he set off down the road. Harada-sensei had shared his special place with me. Feeling happy and bashful in equal measure, I turned and entered my house. After arriving home from the Christmas party, I turned on the heater in my chilly room. I got mail.
We already got mail.
Yeah, it didn't take that long.
There he is. There he is.
Don't catch a cold.
Yo, Yukimura. Is it nearly your bedtime already? You worked non-stop today. I'm sure the walk home after the party was cold, so how about you go take a warm bath before going to sleep, eh? You should too, Harada-sensei?
Yes.
Hey! Have I gotten so bad that my students have to worry about me? But hey, thanks for your concern. I want to welcome the new year with both of us in good health. Aww. And
As the room gradually started warming up, I recalled everything that went on tonight. What a fun Christmas day. Not to mention, Remembering the events that unfolded just now made my cheeks stay warm for a good long while. Ba-ba. Oh god, do we continue?
I mean, it's 4.5. We might as well.
Alright, we'll stop at Valentine's.
Yeah, because then we could just come back. What?
Do it and then go on to the next one?
Well, no. Like what day?
Oh, Thursday?
Okay.
I mean, it's always Thursday. It's on the schedule.
Yeah. Okay. January 1st.
New Year's Day! Fortunately, it was a clear, beautiful day. I woke up early, the first sunrise of the year glittering in the eastern sky. Oh! Okay. As per our promise, I left my house early in the morning to meet Harada-sensei at the shrine. As I fought against the flow of people heading towards the front of the shrine, I muttered quietly to myself, "Today marks the start of another year, huh?" Just as quickly as winter had ended, spring had begun. I would only I would only be a first year at Hakuo Academy for 3 more months.
I guess so. A new year is starting. Not a bad time to make some new resolutions. Yukimura, what did you pray for earlier?
Oh, stuff for school life for this upcoming year, and various things for my classmates. I opened up about my feelings one by one. At first, some of my classmates kept their distance from me because I'm a girl, but everyone opened up to me little by little, and I think I've made a lot of friends now.
I don't mean to brag, but that's because everyone in my class is such a nice guy.
Oh my god, Harada. Harada-sensei's heartfelt agreement and accompanying smile filled my chest with a pleasant warmth. Of course, you're including yourself in that, everyone, right?
Me?
He didn't. I think we're only the classmates that we are. What?
I think we're only the classmates that we are because you're our homeroom teacher.
Okay, that makes sense. Hanada-sensei was always thinking of his class first and foremost. And although he acted nonchalant about it, he would always worry about and watch over us. So that's why I want to be in your class again this year, Harada-sensei. Now that Christmas was over, that feeling of mine was growing stronger and stronger. If some other teacher taught my homeroom, I don't think I'd ever feel quite right to me. He let out a slight sigh at my words.
You really know how to make a teacher feel appreciated. Well, you're in luck. Truth is that the classes from this year haven't been shuffled around for next year. Your homeroom teacher should still be the same, too. So, I might be able to be your homeroom teacher again this year.
Really? That would make me so happy.
Is it really worth? Is it really something worth getting that excited over?
Of course. After all, it means I can spend another year together with you. I could stay with him for another year. Just thinking about that made my chest feel warm. He took in how happy I was in silence before muttering something under his breath.
A guy might get the wrong idea if you say something like that with such a happy look on your face.
Huh?
Nah, it's nothing.
Harada-sensei shot me his usual smile. I stared back at him in confusion.
But still, wow. It feels too early to be talking about the new school year. I swear, this last year really flew by way too fast.
Thinking back on it, I spent a lot of major school events with you, Harada-sensei. For example, the first
Flashback!
the first midterm test was very memorable.
うちの罰則は厳しい
Oh,
から
our penalties are harsh. That's why students always panic so much.
I was so nervous that I would get a bad score.
Flashback.
But then you snuck me some chocolate. I still remember that like it was yesterday. Thank you so much for that.
改めて感謝
Ah, wasn't something you really need to thank me for.
俺はただ
You were so nervous. It was just a little good luck, charm to calm you down and bring out your true abilities.
Harada-sensei wore a wry smile as he spoke, but although I felt my cheeks grow slightly warm, I schooled my mouth into a thin, disapproving line.
Why?
Huh? Maybe it was just a little good luck charm to you, but it was very effective for me.
Never mind, I retract that.
Ever since that day, whenever I eat chocolate, I can't help but think of you.
Ah.
Anyway, I was able to give that test my all, and I think I have you to thank for that, and the fact that we aced it. Although I was embarrassed, I tried to get Harada-sensei to understand how grateful I was once again. He gave me a genuine smile.
謙遜するな俺はちょっと背中を押しただけだ
Don't sell yourself short. All I did was give you a little push to get you started.
さっきも言った通り
Just like I said earlier, studied your butt off for those tests.
お前の
So, any good results you got were all to you. Were all you.
After I thanked him for the sentiment, I changed the subject. We all went to the pool together during summer vacation, too. I was surprised that all of the teachers were there as well, but it made me very happy to run into you there, Harada-sensei.
Ah, you're talking about that one time, aren't you?
SSS では
Everyone was fighting over the SSS pairs, so I ended up speaking up.
Harada-sensei paused for a moment and turned a searching gaze upon me.
余計な世話だったか
Was I just butting in without needing to?
No, not at all. You really saved me. Back then, because he had called out to me, I was able to work up the courage to ask him to pair up with me. I felt as though those casual comments of his always ended up leading me down the right path.
俺も
Well,
ゲーム楽しんで
I had fun with the game too.
大勝利
Not to mention how we landed the grand prize.
Oh, you mean the victory feast for the two at the poolside? When you ordered that wonderful drink for me back then, I was very happy.
死んだ
Ah, the Cinderella, right?
他にもノンアル
There are a ton of other non-alcoholic cocktails like that. You know, if there's another chance that comes around, I'll tell you all about
Okay. In that moment, I was starkly self-aware.
them. She's adorkable.
It wasn't like he couldn't drink alcohol. He was an adult. I was only this self-aware because of how much of a child I was, which made it all the more ironic.
また今年の夏もみんなで
Let's hang out with everyone again this year. What do you say?
I agree. I'd like to as well.
もちろんお前が成人したら本物のカクテルを教えてやるそっちも
What about real cocktails too whenever you're an adult. So, you better look forward to it.
That face, Harada. When I become an adult... By the time I was old enough to drink, I would be graduating from Hakuoki Academy. Which meant that Harada-sensei wouldn't be my teacher anymore. But...
That would lead to relations.
even so, what he had just said made me feel like our relationship would continue even after my graduation. I rushed to find another topic, trying to hide the dreamy look that probably showed on my face.
Again, adorable.
Even during the Kotra festival, I felt like you had helped me out from start to end.
そんなことはねえだろ
Well, that's not
教師
true.
として口を出すことは
I mean, I may have said the thing that you as your teacher, but I didn't lift a single finger to help you the whole time.
Really?
結果的に優勝したのも
All the results, winning the contest,
賜物だ
that was all the fruit of your guys' labor.
There was such pride in his words and on his face. I felt my expression soften unconsciously. But when I thought back on the events of the festival, there was one thing that I still felt guilty about. When I was injured, I caused a bunch of trouble, not just for Harada-sensei, but for everyone else as well.
お前が気にしてんの
Is that what is the thing you're worried about
お姫様
when you got hurt? Or maybe the bridal carry?
But both!
あの時は
Well,
仕方がなかった
there wasn't any way around it at the time.
He scratched his cheek with a conflicted, dry smile. But afterwards, you told me it was alright to rely on you too. Hearing that made me incredibly happy.
当たり前
Well, it was just a matter of course. I am your homeroom teacher after all.
He muttered that quietly, his expression seeming almost lonely. But I quickly returned to his usual facial expression. A lot of things ended up happening, but it became a very good memory for me.
そいつはよかった
I'm glad.
が文化祭
But you know, there will be another cultural festival next year, so be sure to give it your all again, alright?
We reached a natural lull in our conversation. The two of us walked peacefully in stark contrast with the boisterous crowd around us. Harada-sensei was the first to break the silence.
それに
So,
こうした
with us walking together like this,
まだ前の年が
makes me feel like it's still last year. Feels a little odd, in a way.
You're right. I didn't have to think about what he said. I knew what he meant instantly. In that moment, I was certain that Harada-sensei and I were feeling the same thing. A week has already passed since Christmas, but it doesn't really feel like it. Somehow, I feel like the things from that night only happened yesterday. Thinking back on my memories with him, I knew that I would never forget that night. You said that you would give me a present again next year back then, but what kind of thing are you planning on? I'm sort of curious now.
意外とせっかちだな
You're surprisingly impatient. Shall I give you a hint?
Actually, you better not. I get the feeling that learning what it is on Christmas Day has its own special meaning for this sort of thing.
そうかな
You might be right.
After nodding, he looked at me intently, almost as if he were appraising me, his gaze unfathomable.
だったら
In that case, that means we'll be spending Christmas together. Crap. Again this year. You okay with that?
Something happened?
I accidentally pressed a button and it covered up the Discord stream.
No.
Good grief.
I just couldn't lie about my feelings when it came to spending time with Harada-sensei. Harada-sensei gave a wry smile at my enthusiastic response, which only caused me to smile even more widely.
まあけど今日のところはそろそろ帰る
Finally headed home for today, at least.
Ah. What he said made me remember. We'd finished paying our respects for the new year, meaning we fulfilled the promise we made on Christmas. All that was left now was to go back home. Honestly, I wanted to keep talking with him like this forever, but
雪村家まで
Yukimura, you want me to walk you home?
Harada-sensei called out to me as my pace unconsciously slowed down. I said, "Where's the
Yes,
guide?"
please. Oh, it's yes, please. Come on.
Okay. It's yes, please. Well, I'm sorry to bother you like this, but I'd like that, please. Even though the time would come that we would have to part ways, I wanted to talk with him for as long as I possibly could.
Huh.
As I agreed, Harada-sensei gazed fixedly at my face, a smile of satisfaction on his. What is it?
Nothing important.
He smiled, his expression kind.
Yeah! You looked a little radiant there. You really have changed.
Huh?
Right when you first came to Hakuo Academy, you were so determined to make it in an all-male dominated space. So you were always so stiff and reserved. It makes me happy to think that you naturally relied upon me now, and given the formal girl you used to be.
He seemed very pleased with how much I had changed. With a very teacher-esque expression on his face. I wonder why. It struck a chord with me just a little bit.
What's wrong?
It's I was just a little surprised that you're happy about that, or something. I spoke haltingly, carefully selecting my words. Harada-sensei laughed cheerfully.
What are you saying? Isn't it only natural that a teacher would be happy about his student's growth?
Only natural for a teacher. Because I had spent Christmas and New Year's with him. Before I knew it, I may have forgotten exactly what kind of relationship we had. In the end, our relationship was only that of student and teacher.
For now.
And I had noticed one thing. At some point, I had begun thinking that just being a teacher and a student who got on well with one another wasn't enough. And I had begun to wish that somehow I would be able to cross the invisible line that was drawn between us.
Now that I think about it...
Why did the music stop?
Good question.
Without
Now
breaking
that I think about it.
Without breaking his stride, Harada-sensei spoke quietly, almost muttering.
I feel like we really spent a lot of time together over the last year. Usually it was for school or just meeting on campus. Normal stuff, but there were also little moments. Like the stuff we were talking about earlier. It feels like there wasn't a single moment where you weren't there.
He stared at me, the look in his eyes exceedingly gentle. Far kinder than one would normally give. Someone they saw was only a student. That was how I'd felt, but it was possible I was just being conceited. But maybe... I feel the same way. Like you were always there.
I see.
I wondered how deeply he was looking at me with that kind gaze. Like he wasn't just looking at me as a student, but seeing me as an individual. Even if he didn't see it that way, I was beginning to think that maybe, all this time, maybe I had stopped thinking of Harada-sensei only as my homeroom teacher at some point, and started thinking of him in a different capacity entirely.
And I think... Nope, not yet.
Nope. It'll say chapter 5.
I know.
As we walked away, we found ourselves in an alley in a residential neighborhood. Chatting with Harada-sensei had been so much fun. I'd walk slower and slower without meaning to. Had he noticed? Or had he not? Either way, he didn't say anything. He just matched his pace to mine, walking slowly beside me.
今日は楽しかったぜ。
Well, today was fun. See you later, Yukimura.
But even so, the end of our time together came much too soon. As he gave me a grin and turned to leave, I found myself calling out to him.
どうした
Hmm? Something wrong?
When is the winter break homework due? Exactly.
締め切りは始業式の
Oh, it's due the day after the opening ceremony. Make sure to remember, alright?
改めてだな。
Well then, goodbye for real. I'll see you in the new semester. Huh?
He saw that I had fallen silent and cut himself off. And then, as if he had noticed something, he slowly opened his mouth.
そういえば、
By the
お前
way,
のところは
your dad is away from home right now, right?
正月も帰ってない。
Is he not coming back for New Year's?
That's right. It seems that some of his patients on the island are not in good health.
Probably because they're getting demon horns.
God. I contacted my dad recently to ask him if I could go with you to the shrine.
そうか。
Oh, I see.
He nodded in understanding and then gave me a broad smile.
せっかくだ。
Alright then, since I'm here already, why don't the two of us go out today?
どこでもいい。行きたい場所は
Anywhere's fine. If there's something you want to go, just say the word.
I responded to his proposal with... What do you think?
Go to the school, perhaps?
The answer is... I want to go somewhere far away.
Ah,
I want to go... somewhere far away. I suddenly found those words spilling from the seams of my lips. Far away was pretty vague. Even I didn't know why I said that. Maybe I had thought that the farther we went, the more time I could spend with him?
flawless logic.
Or maybe I was unconsciously looking for a place somewhere. Somewhere far away, far enough that we could escape our roles as teacher and student.
よし。
Alright, you got it.
What? He set off walking after such a swift reply, and I hurried to follow after him. Where are you going? Where are we going? He led me to the square in front of the train station. Why did we come here? Harada-sensei gave me a smile as I muttered to myself in confusion and said,
こりゃ当然
Obviously, if we're going to go somewhere seriously far away, then it'd be faster to take the train, yeah?
I struggled to control the sudden rapid beating of my heart at his words. I regretted recklessly blurting out somewhere far away a little bit in hindsight.
Hindsight's always 20/20.
In the end, Harada-sensei headed off towards the ticket machine without telling me where we were going. Surprise! As the train jolted down the tracks, he and I went on to talk about various things. Stuff like I was up until late last night doing some deep cleaning. Because of that, I overslept and missed the first sunrise of the new year. I had so much fun listening to him speak. Above anything else, it was just a wonderful feeling. And then... At long last, we arrived at the beach?
Am I getting what I wanted? Beach episode!
It's winter. You do realize that, right?
I'm taking it.
I was shocked.
I'm gonna take this.
Damn. I was shocked. Harada-sensei gave me a smile and spoke.
When you said you wanted to go someplace far away, well, I knew it really had to be the beach. Can't take you across the sea just yet, though.
We walked along the shore together, a chilly winter wind blowing over us from the ocean. The pleasant chill cleared my head, and I felt as if a weight had been lifted from my chest. And then, on our way back from the beach, a little trip had put me at ease. Maybe that was why I began to nod off amidst the gentle swaying of the train. Oh!
Are we gonna get a thing?
As I was just about to surrender to my sleepiness. Oh!
雪村
Yukimura,
ってるのか
you asleep?
I vaguely heard someone's voice. I was so sleepy, I couldn't think about anything.
雪村
Yukimura? Uh.
Yes.
Yes! How do I put it? You're still just a kid.
男の横でそ
You shouldn't just fall asleep on a man.
無防備にも
It makes you seem sort of defensive.
ここだけの話
That's all I can say, huh?
There. Full glory.
Ah, yes!
It's cute.
I know!
It's cute.
I know! From time to time,
お前
recently, I feel like I'm on the brink of forgetting that you're still a kid. This morning, when you said you wanted to be in my class again this year, I felt like that again. You looked so mature when you said that. It made my head hurt.
The person speaking sounded like they were smiling.
Of
Suddenly,
course they are.
Suddenly, I felt the heat of someone's hand on mine. Those large palms wrapped tenderly around my chilled ones.
あの時は
Back then, I said something along the lines of, "Oh, you're gonna give me the wrong idea."
本当は違う
That's not really true. I'm in too deep. I'm just pretending not to understand. Hanada! Even
Hanada!
still, whenever I'm around you.
This is the opposite of what we usually get.
I know!
I like this, and I don't know why.
俺が慎重に
I just end up doing things that cross the line I've drawn so carefully between us without thinking, you know?
ちょっとは教師
I understand how much trouble this is for your teacher,
千鶴
Chizuru.
お前が大人だったらな
If you were an adult, I wouldn't have to be waiting so long.
やらねえよ
This is the first time I've seen you so weak for a woman.
Defenses are being attacked. Defenses are being attacked.
Oh, did you sleep well, Yukimura?
だってのに
Tried talking to you a bunch of times, but you just wouldn't wake up.
I'm really, really sorry. Even if I did get up early this morning to go to the shrine, I can't believe I fell asleep on Harada-sensei's shoulder without even asking. I was so embarrassed. I wish there was a hole I could crawl into and disappear.
There are plenty of caves out here in Missouri.
Oh, Lord. I was blushing furiously, but he didn't seem to care. He gave a gentle laugh. Thank you so much for coming out with me today.
あんまり教師
There's no need to be so grateful.
小旅行は好きなんだ
I like to take little trips like this too.
遠くに出かけたくなる
Sometimes it's nice to go somewhere far. Plus, I wanted to show you a different world than the one we usually live in.
If I was being honest, I had never traveled that far outside of the city before. I never thought that this would be so easy. It would be so easy to travel so far. Before today, that is.
ああけど
Yeah, but you must be worn out from the round trip, right? I know that riding the train always makes my shoulders all stiff.
Well, but if I wasn't tired, then the main reason was because I had borrowed his shoulder to doze on.
Ah, looks like it's already sunset. I should hurry up and get you home.
He said I'll definitely walk you home this time with a smile. Whoosh! It's nighttime.
Whoosh.
Nighttime came early, and as it always does in winter.
Yeah.
By the time we reached my house, it was pitch black outside. Harada-sensei, thank you so much for today, really. I thanked him, bowing deeply.
Ah.
He stared unblinkingly at me, looking as if he had something he wanted to say. When I tilted my head, Harada-sensei smiled, glossing over any questions I might have had.
That's nothing. I'll see you again in the classroom after break and the opening ceremony.
I stared back at him as he said that with a smile. Yet somehow I felt like I would still miss him anyway as I gave him a polite nod. But even though we had already exchanged our farewells, Harada-sensei showed no signs at all of getting ready to leave. Sensei? When I blinked in confusion, he spoke as if what he was doing was completely natural.
I'll head home after I make sure you get inside safely. Isn't it kind of lonely to just watch someone as they walk away?
Oyasumi, Harada-sensei.
Yeah, Ohio Sensei.
Yep. Being seen off by the teacher's smile, I put my hand on the front door to my house. Somehow, his kindness made me feel really warm and fuzzy inside. Even though I was alone in my home, I had a feeling that I would be able to forget my loneliness and sleep soundly. Then, that night, as usual... No. As usual, after I finished having dinner alone, I went upstairs to my room. God damn it.
Hey,
there it is. You were off by one.
Happy New Year. I'll say it one more time, Yukimura. Happy New Year. I went out with one of my students after Christmas. I'm a pretty bad teacher, huh? Oh my. But I had fun.
Okay.
Hey!
That was the correct answer.
You don't get too many opportunities to go out while your father's out, huh? So, if you would like, I shall take you out another time then. Yeah?
Alright. A New Year's program was playing on TV, but I just couldn't bring myself to watch it. In my daze, I stared blankly out my window.
Thinking of a certain ginger idiot.
The events that happened today replayed in my head, making me feel giddier with every passing moment. The first night of the new year drew to a close as I dwelled on my thoughts. And that should be it.
Alright, as soon as we can get to a spot to say...
It should be immediately...
Damn.
One day, we'll find out another day.
We'll find out on Thursday.
We'll find out on Thursday, yes.
Alright.
To the title. And then to the shop.
Title screen!
Who's on the screen? It's Saito, who we've already done.
Yeah, he was the previous bachelor, so... Anyway, is there gonna be a stream tomorrow afternoon?
What? Wait, what?
Is there a 3 o'clock stream tomorrow?
No, because it's Tuesday.
That's fair. Anyways,
俺も
Hey, Buki. Oh, right, you guys can't see Buki. Because I'm in
No.
the way. Hold on.
Chibi Buki!
There he
迷っ
is.
たら買わない
There
ってのも
he
ある
is.
けど
So,
Hold on, not yet on my side. There he goes.
that's
Alright,
the cheesy
anyway.
Buki. Thursday, 9
安くしたい
p.m.
が
We're coming back with SSL.
生活
Yep.
かかるん
And
だ
finishing up Harada and starting...
We're gonna leave that as a mystery for now because I don't know and I don't feel like looking it up right now.
Alright. Be that way.
I'm being cat right now.
Yeah, you're being
じっ
Okita.
くり選んでくれよ
And
Who,
then...
me?
Nah. And then, Friday, 3 p.m. EST, we will come back with Kyoto Wins and try to get as many of
選んでく
the...
れよ
Get through as many of the bad endings and unrequited love endings as we can.
Yep.
Because some of them are very quick.
And then later that night, more SSL.
Yep. It's gonna be a cycle. I don't know when I'm gonna finish all of the Kyoto Wins, and I don't know what I'll do after that. Maybe stream editing? So I get work done and do this shit?
Yeah, art stream.
Maybe art stream, but maybe actual video editing, because I need
安
to
く
do
したいが
that.
俺も
Look into a rare behind the scenes look.
Yeah! Alright. So, please
Drink water.
have a good day or night. Don't die because you
Nope.
didn't drink water.
And yeah,
We'll see you
that's
Thursday.
it.
We'll see you
Yeah.
Thursday. Bye bye!
俺も
Bye.
生活かかってるんだ